Zen Ray here. Welcome to NBA Draft Night. The excitement is brewing here in NYC, and we thank everyone who's going to be watching us tonight, commenting, and all that good stuff. And I want to thank everybody for sharing your comments and subscribing and giving a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it here at Knicks Nation. But stand by. We're going to be back with Juby the 2B, family above everything. Here we go, guys.
Never give up. Never give up. Knowing that the best is yet to come with love, peace, and gratitude.
Welcome back, Knicks Nation. The excitement is brewing here in New York City. And our investigative reporter, our personal investigative reporter, Juby the 2B, has been on it today. I've been doing a lot of work in the backgrounds, getting a lot of things ready for this upcoming show. And Juby the 2B is on fire. I'm going to bring him on. I'm going to give him many thanks for finding a lot of good information. He's going to tell us a lot of the NBA rumors that are happening right now as we speak. Juby the 2B, family above everything. Welcome. And what would I do without you today, Juby the 2B? Thank you for coming on.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Knicks Nation, the night has come. The day is finally here. Will we be screaming bing bong at the end of the after the fourth pick or the 11th pick? Will we be getting excited? Only a couple of minutes away, but so much rumors, guys. So many trades went down today. So many offers. Nothing is official yet, as you know, but so many offers got on the table today. There's a 3-team trade brewing up right now between the Sixers, Houston, and Philly that sends Gordon Hayward to Philly. That's the main focus point of that. Then there was an offer for the Lakers sending Russell Westbrook to Los Angeles for Kristaps Porzingis and Caldwell Pope, and the Wizards respectfully declined that move as well. But a lot of speculations, guys. As you guys probably been hearing throughout the day, the Knicks are heavy moving up in the fourth pick. And from what we all know, based on media and based on the internet, is that the offers have been given to Sacramento by the Knicks, by Indiana, and by third one is slipping my head right now. I'm so excited right now, guys. I apologize. I can't even think. Zenready, can you remind me?
Listen, at this juncture, I am just clouded with a lot of stuff going on. Look, right now we're going for the 28th pick. I hear for Golden State. Yeah. I think the Knicks are trying to get more capital to try to move up in the draft. The last thing I heard is the Knicks are going to try to get up the fifth pick from Detroit, and then in turn try to offer Sacktown the fifth pick so they can move up to the fourth pick to get Ivy. I don't think Sacktown wants to pick Ivy. They want to get Keegan Murray. They don't want to pick him with the fourth. They don't want to look bad. They want to pick him further down where they know they can get him. They don't want to make a trade down too far down when they can't get their man. And Keegan Murray seems to be Sacktown's man. and the Knicks still eyeing that Ivy trade. If it doesn't happen, I think we're going to move up to the 7th spot and try to get there and try to get Mathurin or probably AJ Griffin if possible. There's a lot of things going on. I'm hearing now there's a trade for Burks and Noel to Portland to move for the 7th pick because Portland made moves already, Juby. They're stacking up. They seem like to be playoff contenders, especially if they get Burks and Noel into that team. We give some contracts away. We'll probably get some expiring contracts from there as well, even though Burks and Noel, their contract could be expiring soon. It's a lot of things going on. I'm just hoping, my wish and my prayers to the universe, and it's letting it out there, is that the Knicks celebrate tonight knowing that we get Jaden Ivey on this team. I'll settle for Ben Mathurin as my second choice.
Ooh,
but
that's a good one.
Yeah, Jaden Ivey has to be the go-to guy tonight. So what do you think of the chances of the Knicks getting Ivey tonight, Juby?
Pretty good chance. I think if it wasn't for Oklahoma really being involved and heavy after him, I think we would have better chances.
Is Oklahoma saying that they may draft him with the second overall pick? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the latest one right now is coming out that the Magics are considering Banchero at number 1, and the Thunder are considering Ivy at number 2. And we know if that happens, that kind of puts all stops on us trying to move up to the 4th pick. Then, like you said, we'll probably try to move up with Portland for the 7th pick to get AJ Griffin or Mathurin. I'm okay with either or. My 2 selections tonight, of course, is Ivy, my number 1 choice. It's Ivy or bust for me. But I would not be too sad if we ended up with an AJ Griffin or a Mathurin as well. But I don't know, man. I have a funny feeling that AJ Griffin, as much as they want, we've been hearing about him, I think it's kind of like the Michael Porter of a few years back. I think it's all going to be smoke, and I don't think the Knicks are going to take a chance at him. I honestly think if they can get that 4th and they can't get Mathurin, I think possibly, and I hate to say this, they might trade down, guys. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but we'll see.
You know what's really smoke? And I smell that smoke from afar away, and it's just Leon Rose. You kind of have to congratulate Leon Rose and his team because they're doing their job, diligently. They're putting smoke out there. Like, for example, Shadon Sharp. That's all smoke. They're trying to say, look, we don't really want Ivy, or we want Ivy, but if you're going to charge us too much, we'll move up to the 5th pick, even pick a Keegan Murray or Shadon Sharp. So they're trying to play like this chess game against them. But tonight we'll find out what Sacktown does. I have a feeling Sacktown will trade that pick, Juby. They don't want no part of that 4th pick, and they don't want no part of Jaden Ivey. I have no clues why. I know that Jaden Ivey didn't work out for them and has no interest. But Keegan Murray is their man. So if the Knicks can threaten some way, somehow, saying that we move up to the 5th pick and take your guy or even take Shadon Sharp, we can start playing a little mind games with them. So congratulations to Leon Rose and their group of great executives that they're playing hardball. So if we lose Ivy, we have a plan B, C, or D. And I greatly appreciate that. OC Henry, what's up? What's up, Ray? NYPQ in the house. Hey, NYPQ. How you doing, sir? How's everything going over there? What do you think tonight? You think Jaden Ivey comes to town in New York?
We can hope. We can
only hope, man.
We got a new update. Kyrie Irving is expected to opt into contract and requests a trade. Ladies and gentlemen, I did a small video on this on my channel at Family Above Everything the other day, stating, does Knicks Nation really want this man at the Garden? We saw Stephen A. Smith bite his fingernails and talk smoke, but the minute they asked him if he wants Kyrie at the Garden, will he embrace it? He changed a different song. Me personally, I still want no part of this man. Talented basketball player, great basketball skill when it's on the court. But here's a stat for you. 123 games played in 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. 2 years played, 123 games only. That's not something we want. We want players who are healthy, who are going to develop, and who are ready to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, so shout out to Henry. I used to work at New York NYHQ, and I just want to say props to you. Hope everything in your family, Henry, everything's going well. Say hello to all the security team out there, NYHQ.
Hey.
Pass my love and support to everyone there. But if you're a Knicks fan, Henry, stay in bag because we're going to have a lot to talk about tonight. If you have any comments or anything you think that the Knicks should do or not do, or so Henry is saying right now that he thinks we can get him. I agree, Henry. I think if we play chess and don't play the desperate type of desperado that we need him so bad and know that we're plan B, plan C, that's the name of the game. But if we go there like in desperate situations with, salivating for Jaden Ivey, they're not only going to take the house, the dog, but they'll take your wife if they have to. So I think they're going to play it safe, and I think the Knicks will get their guy, and I think it's going to be Jaden Ivey or Benedict Mathurin. Thank you, Henry. Appreciate you. Wild Wave. Is Ben even on the table? Yeah, I mean, Wild Wave. I think if the Knicks move up to the 7th spot, if he's still there, which I think he may be there, and if not there, plan C would be picking up AJ Griffin at that spot. I just don't want the Knicks to stay at 11 because you might not get the guy you want. We can hope that AJ Griffin can drop there. We can hope that who's the other player? Sohan, and that who's the other player that the Knick fans like?
Duran.
Not Duran, the point guard like Starks. What's his name?
Johnny Davis.
Johnny Davis. How can I forget Johnny Davis from Wisconsin? He is a guy that if he's there at 11, we definitely take him. But I'm looking for hitting a home run. Look, the Knicks have an opportunity right now to hit a grand slam or hit a home run right now. And by doing that, you have the assets right now. I mean, you're not going to give the house away for him, but you can move up there. Be creative. Move to the 5th spot with Detroit. Maybe dangle Mitchell Robinson if you have to in a sign and trade. Get your guy, then trade with Sacktown. Give him the 5th, and then they'll be okay because they're going to go for Keegan Murray. So I think Ben is on the table definitely if we move up. If we stay at 11, I don't think Ben Mathurin will be there. And I don't think that even AJ Griffin may not be there. But we never know. Let's see what happens tonight. I appreciate you, Wild Wave. Sally and Anton said hi. Passing my love. Thank you, Sally, Franklin, Anton. I miss you guys. But what else do you see possibility-wise? I mean, do you see the Knicks moving out of the 11th pick and just going further down the draft as they did in the past? I think that's only going to happen if they see their options for 7 and for 5 and 4. Look, they're players with Portland at 7. They're players with Detroit at 5. And obviously, Sacktown is driving a hard bargain. They still have to play with 4 as well. So let the best team win on this one. And listen, guys, Knicks Nation, if the Knicks don't get their man in Jaden Ivey, look, you have to admit, Knicks Nation has been trying. Knicks Nation have, especially Leon Rose and the executives, they really worked hard in this draft. All kudos to them. Because right now it's a guessing game. And if the Knicks, which I think they will get their man tonight, either an Ivy or Mathurin, you have to give props to them. But the guy you want to get is that game changer in Jaden Ivey, a guy who can take over a game, the guy who you want the ball in his hands in the last minutes of the game where the teams are going to try to triple team him, and you can pass the ball and outlook the ball to the open mind, and maybe in Grimes or in Barrett or whoever the case may be. You need that kind of threat, and we haven't had a threat like that since, I think personally, since Carmelo Anthony. And I guess the Julius Randle, that one-year wonder, we had that guy who was double, triple team most of that year and in that playoff game that we lost to Atlanta.
Here's my issues, Henry. My thing is, if we don't get Ivy tonight, we don't get Mathurin, it's a bust for me, or Griffin. And I'm going to tell you why. Sohan, great player. Johnny Davis, phenomenal player as well. All these guys are great players that can help a team get to another level. The Knicks right now, we've said it, we've been talking about this, they're not great and they're not bad. They're mediocre. The time is now. We need to swing for the fence. I'm tired of waiting. I know Knicks Nation is tired of waiting. How much assets can you accumulate over the years in draft picks? And are you really going to wait for Donovan Mitchell? For Donovan Mitchell, you would actually have to give up the house per se. This is more up your alley. If you're going to make a move and swing for the fence, tonight is the night to do so.
I agree. And we may not agree with Ty here. He seems to be a Leon Rose hater. I'm a Leon Rose guy. I'm not too much of a Tibbs guy, but here, listen to Ty, what he's saying. Leon Rose isn't going to do anything. He's a waste, scared to take risk and big splashes. Look, I don't think he's afraid to take risk. But at the same time, he's not going to mortgage the future like the Scott Layton days where you give a 5-6 players for. This is not Leon Rose. Leon Rose is a different kind of cat. I respectfully disagree with you, Ty. I think Leon Rose is playing hardball. He's playing chess. I think we have to give him more credit than not. Look at the players that him and his team drafted the last couple of years. They're rising stars or talent that we have, that we're building this foundation. We can't always go for the free agents and try to go for these big stars and give up half of the team. It didn't work in the past. It's not going to work now. We need to build a foundation, and Leon Rose is the man for the job. Hey, Ty, we can disagree, but I respect your comment, and I thank you, Ty. I appreciate you. Agreed. This is the time to swing for the fences. All right, Ty. We agree on something, Ty. Yes, we have to swing for the fences because at this juncture, this is the time to do it. And Juby has a great point. I think I skipped over Don. Don, what's up? How you doing, Don? How are you?
Salute to you guys.
My apologies. We skipped over you. Getting a little animated and amped up here. You're hanging out tonight. I appreciate you hanging out tonight. We love the fact that you're here, and we missed you at the last show.
I hope you bring the chips and dip, Don. We need some chips and dip to get us through this night.
Yeah, we're gonna be here a few hours, man. But the celebration is gonna it's gonna happen tonight, Don. We're gonna get our man and Jaden Ivey, man. I appreciate you. Hang on tight. If you have any questions, feel free, Don. Wild Wave. I heard a buzz with Ben. If we select them and trade up, then Leon and the front office did a good job making it a secret. I agree with you. That's excellent observation on your end. The Knicks didn't even work him out. So there's suitors out there. Oh, they're not interested in Mathurin. They're not interested. And to this point right now, we're saying Mathurin because we think he's the second best player on that board for the Knicks because in terms of talent, know-how, he's hungry. He has hunger. He has desire. He is a dog. He's a woof dog. You know, he's like that pit bull ready to go at you. And you made a great observation, Wild Wave. It's a secret because nobody around the NBA thinks that the Knicks are even interested in Mathurin. Hey, I don't think Leon Rose is that dumb that the second best player I think for the Knicks is Mathurin, and you don't pick him up. I think Ben Mathurin is that second choice if the Knicks miss out on Jaden Ivey. Good observation, Wild Wave. Also, we have back Ty. He doesn't have faith on Rose. Okay.
Listen, Ty, I get what you're saying. I told Zenray, this is my last season. I'll be honest with Zen. I told this to Zenray. He can vouch for that. This is my last season putting faith into this management system. And I only say that is because we hired Worldwide West. We hired all these guys for their connections, to bring the big-time players in here, to make these moves, to put New York back on the map. And if it doesn't happen this offseason and we have a bust out next season, it's time for that management to move on. So I'll agree with you on that department. This is my last year of faith in this management, so I hope they can make a believer out of me.
Well, I respectfully disagree with you, Juby. You can't build a foundation and just giving a president or GM or whatever 2 or 3 years. It's almost like a 5-year plan. We'll talk after 5 years. I agree with you. But to just say to give Leon Rose and his people 2 or 3 years, I don't think that's the right way of building.
You have to show steps, Zenray. You got to show me.
We have Obi Toppy quickly. We have Quentin Grimes that we drafted.
But this is draft
potential. Look, the problem is not. I'm going to say this to Ty, and I'm going to say this to you and Knicks Nation. The problem is not Leon Rose. I've always said Tom Thibodeau is the question. You're not playing the youth. You're still playing these veterans, and hopefully in this draft and next week's free agency, we'll kind of dissolve most of these free agents. So we need to stick with Leon Rose And if Thibodeau does not prepare this team correctly with substitutions and getting the right people in the lineups, I think it's time for Tom Thibodeau to go. That's my opinion. But I'm willing to give Tom Thibodeau a try, another chance. He didn't do well last year, and especially substitution patterns were awful. Starting Burks as your point guard consistently when you had Quickly and you had Deuce McBride on the bench. It's a lot of other things. Playing Randall 45 minutes and playing Obi 9 minutes, unexcusable. We can go on, but Ty and Juby, I do respect your opinions, man.
Understood.
I think we're going to agree with Ty on something here, Juby. Knicks need to trade Randall. Very important that we get Obi those minutes. Seems like we can't get a bag of Doritos for Randall.
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah, right now, his trade value. And it's not that he can't play the game. I think he's going to upset the atmosphere on any team he goes in with that attitude he has. I mean, look, a lot of teams like Portland and other teams passed on him. I mean, Portland just picked up who they just picked up, the power forward from Portland, the trade they made yesterday, Juby.
Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy
Grant. Guy from Detroit. From Detroit. That's what I don't know what Detroit is going to do. I forgot to mention that to you guys. I know you guys are, Knicks fans and NBA fans and the most knowledgeable fans in the world. So I know you guys know that. But Grant was ended up going to Portland, and Portland has the 7th pick. So if we can't move up to that 4th or 5th pick, possibility, ladies and gentlemen.
See, Randall could have been traded to Portland, but their main guy was Grant. Grant has I don't think he's a better player than Randall offensively. And when Randall wants to play defense, he can play defense. I just think is up here. Grant is a peaceful kind of team guy, and Randall tends to get out of his team play, and he just goes a little crazy with the refs and opposing players, coaches on the bench. We can go on and go on, but Ty, thank you again, man. Henry from NYHQ. The front office is better one than past regimes. No, I agree.
100%. Listen, from a draft perspective, guys, they're fantastic. Drafting wise, I mean, look, they found Emmanuel Quickly. They found Jericho Sims. They found Quentin Grimes, Mitchell Robinson. These are all fantastic players. Drafting wise, they're phenomenal. It's the off season that I have an issue with. There's no Knicks fan here that can sit there and say when they heard that the Knicks have signed Evan Fournier that they were ecstatic about this move. It's not. When we offered that contract to Julius Randle, we all were fooled by fool's gold, and we were like, he got us to the playoffs last year, so he deserves it. But if you think of not as a Knicks fan and as a person that's outside of the box, they should have waited, especially if they drafted Obi Toppin. So there's certain things that they need to fix. The drafting aspect, they're fantastic. It's the connections with free agents and with established NBA players that I have an issue with right now. But hopefully, with Brunson being a free agent, and maybe we could turn that tide this season.
Thank you, Jubin. Thank you, Henry. Don, I don't mind us getting Ivy. I just don't want to give up too much for a young talent nor draft picks. The 2023 draft to go on to be stronger. Let's save our assets for that time. Look, at this juncture, you swing for the fences. If you miss, you miss. You go on to the next plan. But I agree with you. Jaden Ivey is right now, I think right now the draft Orlando is on the clock. They're picking right now, right, Julie?
They're on the clock right now. We got a little intermission. We apologize, guys, for copyright reasons. We're not able to actually display the actual the draft night with us here broadcasting it, but we're going to be here. We're going to bring you live coverage, any NBA pick by pick for the first round, and any rumors or any trades that we hear, we'll bring it to you here first on Zenray Sports TV and Family Above Everything.
All right, so he doesn't mind. I agree with Don, man. We have to save those assets. We'll swing for the fences. If we miss, we go on to the second, getting Ben Mathurin. It's not a bad thing. And even if you get an AJ Griffin, man, I'll be happy with that. Look, if the Knicks try and they miss, we can't blame Leon Rose. We can't get on his case. You don't think these guys are trying? You don't think they're trying to move up? Look at all the rumors, all the smoke. Now, shade on Sharp, that rumor, people were coming on my channel saying, oh, the Knicks should get him. Look, I don't think if he comes to the Knicks, he'll be at least a year, 2 years in the G League, still learning the game. Remember, Shadon Sharp did not play any college ball. We have a lot of high school tape, and he's very talented, don't get me wrong, but that's a 2 to 4 year project to even get him here in a Knicks uniform. So I would stay away from Shadon Sharp right now. I think that's all a smokescreen. But thank you, Don. I appreciate you. Ty, appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Ty, man. I
appreciate you, Ty.
A lot of the things you say, I may disagree with it, but I'm not an expert. This is only my opinion. This is a platform where everybody's not right or wrong. People
all
have
opinions matter.
Oh, exactly. All opinions matter. I agree with Juby with there. Grant, yes, that's the guy I was thinking about. Wild Wave, I disagree. Knicks management did a good job. Front office, not perfect. They're entitled to make mistakes. This is the first time we actually have a good front office. Wild Wave, I agree with you. Listen, I'm a Leon Rose guy. I just love this management team compared to the Scott Layton days. It was a lot of craziness going on. And in fact, that when we had the owner getting involved in a lot of trades, especially going after Carmelo, which I'm not saying Carmelo was a bad player here. It's just you didn't have the pieces to bring him here and just lose half the team. And they had one successful year where they had with Coach Woodson, which they had a 50-win team. But besides that, the Knicks didn't strike gold in their drafting. Their drafting was horrible back then. And this team here with Brock Allard and these other front office people are very intelligent in terms of making picks. So thank you, Wild Wave.
The first pick was selected, ladies and gentlemen. It is done, Zenray. You want to know who it is, or you got it? Tell me. We're doing this together, my brother.
Go ahead, you do it. I think I'm going to delay on my end.
The Orlando Magic select Paolo Banchero at number 1.
Didn't I call that? Did I call that, Juby, in my last show?
You did. I said Jabari.
Listen, Jabari's a good player. Banchero is going to be a hell of a player in the NBA. And I called that. If you rewind back to my show, I did call it. So kudos to me. I mean, I don't get them right all the time. I get lucky once in a while. Ty says, man, I love DeJounte Murray. I will give the Spurs a lot for him. He bought Spurs to play in the West. And they have nobody on their team. He almost averaged a triple-double. That's the only player on that team. Murray is their star player, Devontae Murray. I
have an issue with, great players, Henry. Only 26 years old. After the All-Star break especially, averaged almost, 23 points and like 7 assists last season. But I think they just going to want too much for him. I would love for them to take a Julius Randle and some draft picks, and I'll even throw Evan Fournier in there. But I have a feeling they would want the house for Murray because they don't want. They know that Murray's their one really good asset right now, and they want something in return for him.
Yeah, Ty, I think we're gonna stick with the youth and build to the draft. Trying to get other people's players and stars is something we want to create on our own. And starting tonight, I think with a Mathurin and a Jaden Ivey, I think that's the way to go, building our own stars in New York. But thank you, Ty. And thank you, Ty, for reporting Pablo Banchero first. I mean, like I called it. That was my first pick, personal pick. But and I think Jabari Smith and then Chet Holmgren. That was my 3.
I think Jabari Smith goes next to OKC.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too. I think Jabari goes next.
Yeah. We got 4 minutes on the clock.
Don, I've seen that one coming. Chet looks like a – yeah, I mean, look, the problem with Chet is going to be a hell of a player, but remember, he's bony, man. That guy, he gets hit a few times by these guys in the NBA. He's going to get injured. I mean, I hope not. I'm not saying I want him to get injured, but he's so frail looking. I don't see him lasting a whole season, man, especially an NBA season of 82 games. Jabari Smith is your next pick, and I wouldn't be surprised. If Ivy is pick number 3. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ooh. Ray, real quick, Banchero, NBA comparison off the top of your head right now before we move on. Who do you think he has the potential to be like?
Man, he reminds me a lot of Carmelo Anthony, man.
Ooh.
He reminds me a lot. He can shoot from the outside and get you from the inside. He's just a talented player. I mean, talent-wise, I think he can be a Carmelo, talent-wise. Okay. He can shoot that rock. He can do so many things, man. He gets other people's – I like him. Hey, guys, Knicks Nation, tell me who you think Banchero reminds you of. A player out there in NBA or in the past. I threw just Carmelo out there because I've seen Banchero play for Duke. He's very, very talented. The only thing about Banchero is that sometimes he tends to kind of disappear when the game is on the line. That's the only thing he has to work. He has to be a little more aggressive then and wanting the ball. Carmelo always wanted the ball. That's something about Carmelo. Carmelo, he always wanted at the crunch time, fourth quarter time, going down, needed a basket. Carmelo always wanted. That's the only thing that Banchero shies away from a little bit.
Here's my comparison real quick, and I'll leave it at that. To me, he's a DeMarcus DeRozan potential. I see his stature, his play, as the way his the way his build is, his size. I see him as DeMarcus DeRozan, in my opinion, which is not too bad as well.
DeRozan, if you come down to be a DeRozan, that's a hell of a player too as well. Ty, the crazy thing is online people are comparing Paolo to Julius Randle. Wow, that's insane. Listen, it's not a bad thing. You get Paolo Banchero, a 2010 guy. You did a great job in the draft. It's not too many 2010 guys consistently in the NBA. So if somebody is comparing to Julius Randle, as far as up here is not Julius Randle, you're okay. I think they'll take a Julius Randle kind of knockoff in terms of Paolo Banchero. I think they would if they had a chance. What's the second?
It's coming right now. The pick is in. OKC's pick is in. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared, guys. I don't want to hear Ivy.
Chet. I'm saying, but Ty is saying Chet. I'm saying is Jabari. He's a much better player. He can guard. He can guard all different positions. He can shoot. He reminds me a lot of a Durant shot. He has a sweet Kevin Durant type of shot. He plays a much better defense than Durant. He can defend this kid.
I personally don't like Chet, and I know Knicks Nation. I apologize if you guys are fans of him. He just doesn't do it for me. He is just slinky, tall. Reminds me of Kristoff.
Yeah, sorry. Ty said that. I must be on the delay. Ty said that Chet selected number 2.
I might be delayed too. Then, if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're delayed.
I got Jaden Rose talking right now.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know if that's the fact. Thank you, Ty. If that's the fact, then you were right, and I was wrong. I would think that Jabari. My thing is so delayed. They still talking to Banchero.
Let me refresh.
Yeah, I have to refresh my computer on the TV as well. But yes, you guys are in delay. Yes,
he's coming out right now. I was delayed, and I probably still am.
Who is it?
Okay.
Chet Holmgren got picked?
Is Chet.
Wow.
From Gonzaga.
How wrong I was.
That Thunder fan was excited. He was like, yeah.
Hey, Ty. Yeah. Ty, we didn't pay our cable bill, man. He says the pick came in 3 minutes ago. Hey, Juby, man, we would have paid the cable guy, man, because we're really bad here.
Word.
Maybe because we're streaming. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe. We're delayed. But thank you, Ty, for the update. So now, the moment of truth. The moment of truth is coming.
Well, it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be Jabari.
Well, listen, let's wait. Jabari has fallen so far.
Boy, that's true.
Jabari has fallen so far. Can they pick Ivy?
Dude, he's just, ladies and gentlemen, he's just so, I don't know, man. I'm happy he's going to OKC. Let me just tell you that. I don't think Chet would have thrived nowhere else. I don't think he would have. Maybe he turns out to be a fantastic NBA player. It's just, I don't know. I get vibes that he's going to get just somebody going to body him real quick, and he's going to just get hurt.
Yeah. So Don says that like choosing Darko over Melo all over again.
That's a good one, Don.
Love that, Don. Oh my gosh. Ty says Jabari is going to go to the Rockets. They need a forward. Yeah, that's true.
They do. They do need a forward.
Then the moment of truth is coming at 4. If that's the case, I'm surprised Jabari dropped down to Jabari was the consensus #1 pick. I mean, all the mock drafts had him.
Now, what happens if Jabari doesn't go next pick and then Sacramento gets to pick and then Jabari's still up there? Do they take Jabari?
Of course. Oh, well, this is Sacktown too, so we don't know. But yeah, I would think they'll pick Jabari. But I think, yes, and Ty is correct. Ty is correct. The Rockets need a forward. They're going to pick Jabari. Listen, Jabari fell to you. You're not going to take him? The Rockets are going to take Jabari Smith. If I was a betting man, Jabari Smith is going to the Rockets. Thank you, Ty. Mike, we're not getting the 4th, so who cares?
Mike, come on, Mike. Don't worry all night, Mike. We need anything is possible. Either we get Ivy or we get Mathurin. Come on, man.
Mike, so we're not getting Jaden Ivey. Who do you think we'd get? You think we have a chance for Mathurin? Benedict Mathurin? What do you think, Mike? Give me your opinion. Thanks, Mike. Ty says Kings definitely will take Jabari. I agree. Yeah, if Jabari fell down to them, the Kings will definitely take him. I mean, Sacktown is Sacktown, but they have some new a new GM there that's pretty intelligent these days. Mike is saying Mike said you would trade down. In other words, you would trade down from the 11th and get more assets. What players are you looking at, Mike? Moving down.
If it's a trade down, it's a bust.
Maybe Eason, possibly. Maybe get 2 picks out of it. Maybe Sohan. Yeah, let me know, Mike.
It's a bust, Mike. We don't get Ivy. We don't get Mathurin. And like I said, I would be not happy, but I would say, if we got Griffin. But other than that, everybody else is just, we already have that. We already have role players who are good contributors to the teams, like Quentin Grimes and players that we don't need another Quentin Grimes on the team. We need somebody who's going to make a difference.
I agree. I mean, Quentin Grimes is going to be a hell of a player.
Good player.
Mike's saying he wouldn't trade down. I wouldn't trade down. Okay. We misunderstood you. Okay, Mike. Okay. So Mike says he wants Ivy or Duren.
The center.
All right. I mean, Duren, if Mitchell Robinson is in some kind of trade package to move up, say to Detroit, and have us trade the Detroit pick to Sacktown, and we trade Mitchell Robinson to Detroit in that sense and give him some other assets, that's a possible. I'll go for Duren if that's the case. Ty, we better not trade down, man. I'm gonna jump off the nearest bridge if that happens.
Don't do that.
Trading down. Hey, Ty, I agree with you. We need to go for the home runs, man. We need to kind of make an impact statement in New York. Celebration time at NYC tonight.
Bing bong.
That's right. Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin. Those are, if we don't get those 2 guys, I'm not going to be happy. It depends what Leon Rose has. But I agree with Ty. This trading down stuff.
Oh, the pick is in. The pick is in, Zenray.
Okay.
The Houston Rockets.
Pick Jabari. Ty says
Jabari Smith.
Mike says he loves Mathurin as well. We agree with you, Mike. Yep. Ty reported it before we even got on, man. Our delay is so bad. Thank God for Ty, man. He picked it's in. Rockets select Jabari. Thank you, Ty. Mike, I would take Davis if he's there. Yeah, Johnny Davis. You would take Johnny
good,
Davis?
But he's good, man. But I wouldn't say that. I would give Johnny Davis. I would give this draft a C+. That'll be my grade. A C+ if we end up with Johnny Davis. That's not a B-. That's not a B+. That's a C. You know what I mean? It's not a bad, but it's not. It's mediocre. You know, Knicks Nation mediocre.
All right, Soap Gods TV. Hey, Millie. Sorry to admit, had to stop by to show support. Hey, I appreciate Millie. Listen, it's not too late. If you want to stop by anytime, you're welcome to. We'll be here for the next few hours. But if you can't, listen, thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you supporting our channel. Check out Millie, Soap Gods TV. If you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, he is the man to go. Millie from Soap Gods TV. Bless you, brother. We'll see you soon, and thanks for supporting us.
Oh, right. I got some updated rumors. Breaking news. Although hasn't been announced yet, Sacramento will be selecting Keegan Murray.
So we have to move to the 5 with Detroit. Who reported that, Juby? Who reported that?
Man, that is coming from NBA Trade Report, which is on Twitter, that just announced it just now. Sacramento is selecting.
Did it say the reporter? No?
No, nothing yet.
Okay, so guys, this is the game plan. They picked Keegan Murray. I told you, Keegan Murray was their guy all the way in this draft, okay? It's a nice player. He can do a little bit of everything. I don't think he's going to be a superstar, but I think he'll be a star player. But Jaden Ivey, that's a superstar in the making. The Knicks have to make a deal with Detroit now. Move up. If you have to trade Mitchell Robinson, I love me some Mitchell Robinson. But if you can trade Mitchell Robinson or some other assets to get to the 5th pick and pick Jaden Ivey, home run draft. Home run draft. We're worried about the backups picking up another center along the way, either through the draft or we pick up Mo Bamba on a cheap. We can do a lot of different avenues. I love me Mitchell Robinson, but Knicks Nation, if you had a choice of Mitchell Robinson or Jaden Ivey, I think Jaden Ivey is everybody's pick, obviously. And remember, Detroit is looking for a center, and they love Mitchell Robinson. So I may be calling something to fruition here. I don't know. We'll find out. But if that's the case, Keegan Murray going to Sacktown. What do you think, Juby? 5th pick, trade to the Knicks.
I'm gonna put it out there and say I hope this happens, but I think Detroit is a little bit more intelligent than Sacramento, guys. I'm sorry for you Sac fans out there. Yeah. I think Detroit will end up picking Ivy and will pair him with Cunningham. I think to us a few years ago, Zenray, they drafted the point guard that I wanted, even though he didn't turn out. I forget his name off the tip of my tongue. We didn't end up with him, and we lost. Somebody always does it to us, man.
But you know something? I'm still in faith, regardless if you reported that from Twitter or whoever reported that. I'm with Ty. Please, God, let's trade with Sac right now. I agree, Ty. I let's go for it, man. Because if you say you're right, Detroit, why would they trade Jaden Ivey to New York? We would have to be giving a lot more assets than Mitchell Robinson. That's a star in the making.
I mean, they just traded Grant. Maybe they trade Randall and Mitch. I just don't see that happening.
Who wants Randall? You think Detroit wants Randall? They're a young team.
Yeah.
They'll run with Mitch, and they'll run probably with a Quickly and a Quentin Grimes. But then they
want the guy from Phoenix, the center. What's his name?
Aiden.
So I think they're going after heavy on Aiden.
No, but he makes too much money. They won't. Mitchell Robinson's contract will be more friendlier than Aiden's making like $42 million a year. I think the most that this from Detroit, Robinson will probably get maybe between 18 and 20 million, and he's much younger. I don't know. We'll see. Mike is saying you guys see the Knicks trading up, but I don't. Oh wow! I still think it's in the works, Mike. I think they're working on a plan to get Ivy, and if they don't get Ivy, they're gonna try to move up and get Mathurin. That's my hopes that the GMs or Leon Rose is working on a plan. I could be wrong, man, Mike, but I see that happening. I think, Mike, you think we're staying at 11? You're saying? Or do you think we have a chance moving up to 7 with Portland? Do you think we have a chance moving up to 5 with Detroit? That's the. Let's see what happens. So who's on the clock right now? Sacramento. Keegan Murray. You're saying they're picking Keegan Murray, correct?
They're gonna pick Murray. Yeah.
Hey, all right, Soap Gods TV. Thank you. Detroit is drafting Ivy, and it's over. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
I think Juby mentioned that. Yeah, I think you're right. Why would they trade a superstar down to the Knicks? The Knicks can't give me enough assets. I think they outweigh. They can get their center too. They can get Mo Bamba if they wanted to as a temporary hold at center. So you're absolutely right, Mike. It's just the wishful side of thinking on my end, being a
Keegan Murray.
Knick fan. Keegan Murray was picked.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Here we go. Come on, Leon. Let's make some magic happen here. Ty, damn. Now Detroit will take Ivy and pair him with Cunningham. Yeah, I know.
Wow. You gotta think they didn't for them to take Keegan Murray. That means that the offers that they got were not acceptable for them. I would love to know what their offers, the final offers were. I would love to know.
You're never gonna find out, but I think they were trying to take a lot of teams to the cleaners. I mean, because look, Jaden Ivey is a player that doesn't come around too much, and for all these teams wanting Jaden Ivey, and you're getting these offers from all these teams, and they said 2 or 3 hours ago that they will make the decision. They got 4 offers in or something of that nature from 4 NBA teams, and they will make a decision. Obviously, like you said, the offers weren't sufficient to their liking. So I don't know. Mike, the dream is over, guys.
Mike, you get the Debbie Downer of the night, Mike. 100%.
Listen, I think Mike is being realistic, man. He's being realistic.
Real.
I can still dream. Okay, can we dream for Benedict Mathurin, Mike? It seems like Ivy is maybe out of the picture. It's not over yet, but is a dream over for Benedict Mathurin? Dream is over. Ty coming up. My pick is in. King select Murray. You're right. Yeah, listen, Deegan Murray was the guy on his list all the way. It just shows you Sacramento could probably got some assets for that 4th pick, but that's been their guy all the way. They didn't want to move too far down the draft and not have their guy there. So that's the reason they picked him. But wow, I'm surprised Sacktown didn't make a move, get some assets, did something. Maybe the Knicks were being on a cheap. Maybe all these NBA teams were not giving the players they wanted, assets they wanted. I don't know. I don't know what the deals were. But Don is saying, yeah, Detroit's taking Ivy for sure. They're not giving up that kid. I agree with you, Don.
Yeah.
That talent, once in a lifetime, you'll get a talent coming by like that. Too bad for the Knicks, man. But Benedict Mathurin is still on the table, guys. So let's see what happens. Mike, might as well stop watching. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Maybe 7 and 5.
Zenray. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I just got updated. I'm telling you guys, since 4 o'clock in the morning.
Don't keep us in suspense, Juby. What is it, Jube?
Detroit takes Ivy. Number 5. Mike, unless a trade happens in the next couple of minutes, and it says, he comes out and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a trade to announce," and then let's hope for that. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Maybe they're picking the pick for the Knicks, and the Knicks will have some kind of value in return, picking a player for them, and maybe some assets that they're working behind the clock. We've seen that before. NBA teams have picked other players for other teams. It's for wishful thinking type of dream. I kind of agree with Mike. The dream is over, but we can cling to that hope at least that they're picking that pick for us, the Knicks. I doubt it. You match up Cunningham and Ivy. What a tandem.
Yeah.
I mean, that pick just dropped in their lap. Yeah. Seriously.
And if they get Ayton, like I said, Zenray, that they're having Mitchell Robinson. Oh my God. Oh, look. There goes Ty just said it. If Pistons get Ayton, go ahead. Oh, my God.
Ivy and Cunningham. Oh, my gosh. That's the team in the future, Ty. That's a team in the future. That team in the next 2 or 3 years can compete for that Eastern Conference championship. I look, that's a young, athletic, fun team to watch. Our Knicks are almost there. I don't know. All right, Ty, Mike, I don't know, man. Let's hope that the Knicks get if we get Mathurin, I'm happy. I think he's the second best player in that pick for the Knicks.
I'm so upset right now, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks select Ousmane Dieng or somebody or to make the matters even worse.
Ousmane Dieng, no.
Washington. That'll be the nail in the coffin for me. If we get Ty.
So Ty says, nah, no way. Pistons trade Ivy. No way.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking on my end. I'm still praying, man. I'm still clinging to hope, Ty. Don't kill my dream.
Word.
Wow. So Don says, look At Zenray being optimistic. That's nice. Look, man,
Yeah.
Don, at this juncture, would you be satisfied? And Knick Nation, everyone watching, would you be satisfied with Benedict Mathurin in a Knick uniform? He has that dog in him. He's no Jaden Ivey, but he comes real close in my eyes.
Yeah, I would give that Mathurin move. My grade would be a B, solid B. Mathurin B. Ivy was an A. Mathurin is my B.
B plus. B plus. I'll give it a plus.
And AJ Griffin B minus, C plus.
Well, it depends where you draft him. You drop him if he drops to you at 11, it's not a bad thing. But I think Ty doesn't want to hear this, but we might move out of that pick and get more assets and pick and let these guys pick more draft picks. I don't know. Don, Pistons got Ivy, yeah, that's the bad news. And I think Sacramento got their guy and Keegan Murray. Pistons got their guy Ivy.
Officially announcing it for me right now.
Yeah, it's. I don't want to listen to it. I have the volume really low.
He's crying right now.
Who? Ivy?
Ivy, yeah.
Yeah, those tears.
I would have been crying too if the Knicks.
Is he crying because he wants to come to New York?
I don't know. I feel like I'm crying a little bit.
Nah, I'm happy. I'm happy for Jaden Ivey. He's going to be a special player. And listen, he's with Cunningham, man. Cade Cunningham. What a team. Sadiq Bey. Oh my gosh. That trio alone, man. Well, Don, thank you. Ty, wouldn't you take Randall over Keegan Murray? Wow.
I don't know what's wrong with Sacramento either. I have no idea, Ty. That's what we're trying to figure out. What did they offer?
I think they wanted more than Randall. I think they wanted Obi. I think Obi was a stopgap. I think the Knicks didn't want to give Obi. They wanted Obi in that deal. They wanted Obi and quickly in that deal. And they wanted our 2000. We want this year's 11th. They wanted the 2003 Dallas pick, and they wanted either the 2024 first round pick or that same our 2023 pick. I think they were asking too much. But Obi and quickly was in that deal. They didn't want Grimes in that deal. They wanted Obi and quickly probably in that deal. And the Knicks said, no, we're giving you Obi and quickly. So that's probably was a deal breaker. That's my guess at least.
It'll probably be leaked. We'll probably hear about it in the next few days. Somebody's gonna leak it, and we're gonna hear.
Hey, Don. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
Yeah, Don, I agree with you, Don. I mean, I don't agree with you, but I like Ivy. I like Ivy more than Ben, but Ben is a nice consolation prize. It's like, you can win, the $100,000 prize, but you win the $25,000 prize or $50,000 prize. I'll take that. Halfway there. I think Ben Mathurin can be as good as Ivy. As good. I don't know if he could be, but I think he could be as good. Ivy is just going to be a star, and I think Mathurin could be one as well. Time will tell. But I think Ben has more of a dog in him than Ivy. Ivy is more of the silent assassin type guy. But the dog in him, I think I see that more in Mathurin than I do see in Ivy. Give me your opinion, Knick Nation.
Oh, Knick Nation, I got nothing but bad news tonight. I don't even want to report this right now.
What's tell me?
It's not in yet, ladies and gentlemen, but Indiana selects Benedict Mathurin. What do we do? Where do we go from here? Honestly, do we still trade up to 7 for Portland?
Yeah, you know something? I mean, yeah, that, I don't want to hear. If we move to 7, who do you want at 7? You might as well wait. Who's at 7?
Sharp, which we're not big on. Don't tell me you want a Knick Nation. I don't want to hear that point guard from the G League. Dyson Daniels. I want no part of that guy. Please.
Guys, if Dyson Daniels is picked by the Knicks, I am not. 2 players that I don't want the Knicks to pick. Dyson Daniels and Ty Washington. If any of those players are picked by the Knicks, I'm not going to be a happy camper. Don says that's Latrell and Allen Houston all in one exclusive spree. Well, yeah, Don, tell me about it. That's going to be.
Yeah. Well, they just got Mathurin, so now they're probably going to look to trade Miles Turner and Brogdon. And guess what? The Knicks are going to be willing to take Brogdon off their hands. Terrible.
We're going to end up with injury-prone players on the team. Prezi, the boss. Welcome, Prezi. the papers are looking. Arizona,
yeah, they're gonna get him. Yeah,
6. Yeah, Prezi. I know you said it before. Juby said it. Thank you for the update. That hurts, man. Ivy hurt. Mathurin pick really hurt. That was like the last. That was the dagger that kind of is making me bleed a little bit more. And I don't think the blood is stopping at this juncture. So yeah, it's hurting right now. It's hurting that.
Yeah. Honestly, Zenray, I think AJ Griffin is the only thing for me that's left. For me personally,
Johnny Davis.
Are you willing to give up assets now? Is this guy that talented to move up to 7, to 8th, to 9th?
You're gonna have to wait.
They're gonna pick out 11 and think it's possible.
Unless Thibodeau is in love with Dyson Daniels, that they want to trade with Portland right now to pick Dyson Daniels. If that happens, this Dyson Daniels kid better be the player that Tibbs thinks he's gonna be. Because Dyson Daniels is Tibbs' player, and that's what I'm afraid of. That they're gonna end up moving up with Portland, trading that pick, and we get Dyson Daniels. I'm not going to be happy with that, but if that happens, I'll support my team and I support my my coach and owner, president. But Dyson Daniels is not the answer for the Knicks. Knick Nation, who do you think the Knicks are going to pick at this juncture? Are we going to stay at 11? Are we going to move up to 7? What are we going to do? Are we going to trade down? I don't know. The Ty doesn't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that as well. But I think that's the possibility right now. Thank you, Prezi, for the update on that. Don,
if you want to see ESPN, Sharp is the best available player left right now. Sharp, Daniels, Duran, and then Johnny Davis. That's the order.
But see, I think you're right. I think Sharp, talent-wise, is there. But the Knicks are going to take a player who hasn't played college ball. He's going to spend at least a year or two in the G League just to develop and maybe come in toward the end of the year, garbage time, to see what he does in the NBA. But he's not a person who's going to help you right away. Well, none of these kids are going to help you right away anyway. But Sharp is going to take some time. He's a guy who's going to be in the G League at least for 1 or 2 years before even making the Knicks roster.
Oh, Knick Nation.
Let's go.
The Knicks and Pistons are still discussing a trade that would involve swapping picks.
Did I say that? Knick Nation. Did I profess that?
Oh,
did I profess that?
Let's go, guys.
Pick for the Knicks.
Let's go.
Let's go. Jaden Ivey to New York.
Hopefully. Let's go.
Whoa.
Just got the source right now, guys. Right. Knicks and Pistons still discussing.
Leon Rose, burning rubber.
Come on, Leon. Woo! Let's go, Leon.
Whoa. Jaden Ivey to New York. Come on, Knick Nation. Come on. Don is laughing. Oh, I'm laughing with you all the way to the bank, Don. Let's make this happen. Thank you, Don.
Let's go.
You guys see the report that just came up? The Knicks are still pursuing Ivy. A tie. Oh. Next to Juby, man. You're the next man online for our reports, man.
You know, you got Verizon.
No, Ty was there. Ty said it before you even said it. This has been up here for a while.
Yeah.
Ty beat you to the punch, man.
He did. He got Fios. I got Optimum.
Listen, Ty, I just have to say that it's hard to find good help these days. Juby, straighten up your act, or Ty's going to replace you pretty soon.
All right, Portland selected.
Who did Portland get?
They got Shaedon Sharpe.
That was their guy. I think that's the person they were looking for. That's a stash player for a while. You never know. This kid is going to turn out to be a star.
But Portland, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to be. They still got Damian Lillard. They got Grant still. So this kid can come, take a year or two to develop into a nice game and contribute right now little by little. And I think that's a solid pick for them.
Let me just say, this is the proposed trade I mentioned earlier before that they made that pick for the Knicks, and the Knicks it's a Mitchell Robinson situation there. I wouldn't doubt if Mitchell Robinson's going. I can see quickly going to that deal possibly, okay, and probably Quentin Grimes maybe, or maybe one of the two. And the Knicks will have to give them a player they're going to pick for them now in the 11th pick, whoever they pick. And then they have to give them probably a 2023 Dallas pick and probably a 2024 Knicks first-round pick as well. I can see that's what the proposed trade is happening. That's my guess, obviously. But the Knicks are going to have to give one of their assets. They're probably asking for Obi because he fits straight with that young running team in Detroit. Could Obi be going and the Knicks keep Randall? Is that a possibility? We don't know. But will you trade Obi just to get Ivy here? Man, I love Obi, man. I love Obi. I say my heart says no, but my gut says, yeah, you have to make the move if Obi's involved. But I don't think they will do it. I think they would rather give up quickly.
I think if management is set on Julius, Knicks Nation, it pains me to say that. If management is gonna sit there and say Julius is our guy, he's our power forward for the future, then you have no room for Obi. You might as well trade him while his value is up.
Yeah, I agree. So Henry says, I think the Kings want too much and the Knicks passed. Hey, I say the same thing. I think a lot of NBA teams were asking too much from these teams. That's why they made their pick in Keegan Murray. And congratulations to Sacktown, man. They held on to their guns and they got their guy. So congratulations to them. Thanks, Henry. Mike says, thank you. Can't forget. Yeah, I'm telling you, Mike, the Knicks still have a chance, and I'm still dreaming, man. I'm still dreaming. So Ty says they do need a center, and they offer Pistons IQ, Mitch, and a first rounder. You never know. Maybe they trade Ivy. No, I think the Knicks are set on getting Ivy tonight. And I think Mitchell Robinson is part of this deal. I think they're trying to push for Obi as well. But I think Quickly and possibly Cam Reddish may be going to that deal. I can see Quickly or Quentin Grimes and Cam Reddish going to that deal. One of those three or maybe two of those three. I can see Cam and Quentin Grimes going because I know they like Cam. Detroit likes Cam. I can see Cam going, Mitch going, possibly a couple of first-round picks, and the Knicks will pick for them in the 11th pick. I can see that happening. Obi's no going nowhere. I think Quickly will stay. But I think it'll be Cam and Quentin Grimes, those two going, or maybe one of those two going in that deal. The Knicks picking a player for them at 11, and the Knicks giving them probably Dallas's pick and possibly the 2024 first-round pick. I would make that deal if we had to get Ivy. I would do it.
I always said it, guys. Obi Toppin reminds me of an Amari Stoudemire with a better jump shot, and has a better ceiling than him. But a powerhouse, runs the fast break like Steve Nash and him used to do. Phenomenal player.
So what's going on with the draft?
Officially, the Portland are picking for me right now. I'm waiting for Ty to tell me I'm like 15 minutes behind. Just messing with you, Ty. But yeah, they said Shadid Sharp is officially on the board for me.
All right. So Mike says I would rather trade the pick to move down and a first rounder next year.
Oh.
All right, we'll see. I can't argue. Listen, as long as we get Ivy here somehow, some way, we don't want to overpay. But we know that Detroit is intrigued by Mitchell Robinson, and they're also intrigued by Cam Reddish. So I can see Mitch and Cam going in a deal, and the Knicks giving up 2 first-round picks to get their man Ivy. They may ask for another player like a Quentin Grimes. I don't know if the Knicks will go that far, but I can see the Knicks giving 2 number ones, the Dallas 2023 and their own 2024 first rounder with Cam and Mitch in the deal somehow, some way, and the Knicks will pick for them.
I hate to say this, guys, but I would trade Grimes and Cam and Mitch over Obi and Quickly any day. As much as I like Grimes, I would definitely do that.
I agree. Thanks, Ty and Mike. Picking 11, I'm done. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to pick at 11. I want us to make a big splash tonight. Tonight is the night for the Knicks Nation to get the player they want. Obviously, we thought we missed on Jaden Ivey. We didn't. We missed on Ben Mathurin, but Ivey's still in play. So let's see what happens. Come on, Leon Rose. You have to make this happen.
New Orleans is going to be selecting Dyson Daniels at number 8.
God. Bye, Dyson.
Bye-bye. Have a good time.
Jeez.
We don't want you.
Jeez. Ty says, I'm going to throw up if we trade down. I promise. Ty.
Ty,
that's tough, man. I would throw up too, man. To trade down again, do this all over again, even though we have some talent down there, but we miss on all our players. If we miss on Johnny Davis and AJ Griffin and we trade down, yeah, Ty, it's and we end up getting Ty Washington. I'm really gonna throw up.
I was just gonna say I'll join in on that too.
Mike says it's not happening. Hey, Mike, I think it's gonna happen, Mike. Have faith, man. I'm still holding on by a string over here, man. We can still get Jaden Ivey with Detroit. We're still negotiating. I think Detroit wants Obi Toppin in the deal. That's my speculation. I think also Sacktown wanted Obi topping. The question is, do you give up Mitch and Obi in that trade and give up 2 first-rounders and the 11th pick that you're going to pick for them? Do you do that, Knicks Nation? That's the question. Ty says, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Ty. No, you're awesome, man. Listen, we might use you for our news update guide to get our latest news. Juby's not Juby's getting a little laid back over there.
I'm about to call out to him and tell him, listen, ain't I paying almost $200 for internet? What's going on here? Slow ass internet.
Thank you, Ty, man. You've been great tonight.
Appreciate it, Ty.
If that's the case, it's going to be huge. Overpay, and I don't see it. Yeah, but Mike, when you say overpay, what are we going to overpay? You thinking draft capital? You telling me you wouldn't give up a Mitchell Robinson and a Cam Reddish and give up a pick for them, a 11th, and give them the 2023 Dallas pick, which is kind of worthless. That's a 2025 pick in that year, and on top of that, you give up your 2024. You worry about 2024 when you get there. You have enough assets maybe to trade a player or get a first-round pick that year. But right now, we need to get Jaden Ivey, man. I don't think we have to overpay, Mike. I could be wrong. I don't think Leon Rose is going to overpay. I think you're correct. We don't want to overpay, but we still have a chance to make this trade. So let's see who the Knicks pick at 11. That's going to be interesting. That's going to tell you. If it's a center, we're picking for Detroit.
That's a good point, Zenray. Wow, I didn't think of that. If it's a big man, if he's going
Mark Williams or Duren, we're picking for Detroit. We're picking for Detroit. They need a big guy. And now the question is, who are the Knicks going to give up? They're not going to want Mitchell Robinson. Maybe they want Mitchell Robinson just to start off the ship and then have Duren just grow and develop. And maybe the Knicks give him a Cam Reddish, or maybe they still probably want Obi topping.
Just remember, guys, Detroit has Cunningham, right? They just got rid of Grant, their small forward, all-star per se. Yeah. They might want Cam Reddish. It could happen, and
Obi,
I'm just
Obi. Listen, Obi, they traded their 4. They're gonna want Obi. They're gonna want Obi, and they're gonna want Cam Reddish as your small forward. I can see they wanting Obi and Cam. The question, Knicks Nation, would you trade Obi and Cam and a draft pick, a Dallas draft, 2023 draft pick for it? I think they're gonna ask more for that. I think they're gonna ask for one more number 1 pick. I don't know. I think Mike is right. We can't go crazy and overpay. Sharp was the last guy left beside Duren and Davis. I like. Yeah, I'm a Duren guy, man. And Davis I like a lot, man. But like Ty says, man, are we gonna sit at 11 just waiting for something to drop to us, or are we gonna make things happen? We need Leon Rose to continue the path of playing this Chinese checkers or playing chess or whatever you're doing, because the last couple of years he plays Chinese checker. He goes forward, he goes back, he does a lot of moves. He's playing chess right now, and I think we're gonna get Jaden Ivey.
Or do we really want to see Alex Burke run the point guard again, guys?
No,
I don't know about you guys. I would give up multiple first-round picks if I don't have to see Alex Burke running my point guard position next season. Same old Knicks, not making the playoffs, fighting for that 10th spot lottery. No, guys, I'm tired. Swing for the fence. Let's do it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Ty, the trade would happen. We would see happen the Knicks 11th pick, right? If that doesn't happen tonight, then it's going to happen. It's the trade were to happen. We will see it happen when the Knicks 11th pick is up. Right, I agree. Yeah. I think if we see them pick a center, like a Mark Williams or Duren, they're not picking that for themselves, okay? Because we have Mitchell Robinson, and we have Jericho Sims, we have Taj Gibson, and we still have Nerlens Noel technically. So why would we pick another center? So if we pick a big guy at that spot, we're picking for Detroit. I'm just showing little highlights of the picks that were picked this evening.
That's the guy that I question his NBA stardom. I don't know if he's gonna make that impact of a player. And this is me, and I may be wrong, guys. I think Chet is gonna be a bust. That's just my opinion.
I don't think he's gonna be a bust. I think maybe he's gonna he's not gonna spend a lot of time on the floor. If he doesn't bulk up, he's not gonna have a lot of playing time because of injuries. He's gonna get beat up, put it that way. Unless he's just shooting threes from the outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Don, we're better not overpay Pistons. Leon, stay smart. No, I agree, Don. I think we have to be shrewd And I think we're going to get our guy, give the Pistons they need, but by not overpaying. Thanks, Don. Mike, Don, we're going to have to no Obi. Yeah, man, that's tough, man. So you're saying, Mike, if we had to trade Obi and Cam, and this year's 11 and Dallas is 2023, you wouldn't do it for Ivy? That's a tough choice, man. My heart says no. My gut is saying you have to do it for Jaden Ivey, man. Listen, I'm a big Obi fan. So for me to say that, that's how much I am enamored by Jaden Ivey, man. So, yeah, that's a tough choice, Mike. That's tough to even talk about. Ty, if we keep Randall, then we have to get rid of Obi. You're right. He will play 15 minutes a game. Doesn't make sense to keep both. I agree. One of them has to go. And if I had my choice, it would be Randall. But I think Ty and Mike and other Don has mentioned it. His value, it's $1 on a penny, man. His value is just not there. And I think Obi's value is off the hook. Remember what Obi Toppin did the last 10, 12 games of the season. He dominated. And I think a lot of teams, especially Detroit, can see Obi playing.
I got an update for you guys. This is a San Antonio selection. This is a weird one for you guys. I'm kind of going to shock you. I might shock you a little bit. San Antonio selects Jeremy Sohan with the 9th pick.
Okay, so they picked Sohan. So that means the two centers are still in play in Durant, because I thought San Antonio was going to pick Johnny Davis or go for one of the big guys in Durant or Williams. So they went for Sohan, who could defend all positions. His jump shot needs work, but that's a hell of a pick. I think Sohan is going to be a good player.
The only problem I'm having, Zenray, is that Washington picks 10th. So what happens if Washington picks Durant and tries to package a deal for that 5th? That's the only thing that scares me.
But we don't know if Washington and Detroit are actually communicating to make that trade. Is there anything?
No, there's nothing there. The only thing that somebody just said, give credit to Brett Siegel, NBA analysis, says that talks between the Pistons and Knicks regarding Jaden Ivey are still very high. Jalen Duren being on the board for the Knicks at 11 could very well determine whether the deal gets done or not.
Wow. See, I told you, we're picking for them. Jalen Duren is now Washington can stick it to us. But would they want Mark Williams, though? That's the question. Is Duren? I don't know. Knicks Nation, what do you think? You think it's tough, man. Let's go to Don. Now Obi is more of a rarity than Ivy. Name a power forward who runs the break like Obi. Name me a better finisher at power forward than Obi. I agree, man. I think Obi has to stay, but the question, Don, is would you make that trade? You wouldn't make it, obviously, but yeah, I wouldn't probably either do it. I would try to avoid from giving up Obi, but like Juba just said, Duren is in play still. That's the key. The Knicks have to draft Duren at 11 for us to make this trade possible. We still don't know what the other players are involved or who's involved besides Duren, because it seems like Detroit is hot and heavy after Duren.
I think Washington might take AJ Griffin, and this is just me. This is not me taking a source. I see AJ Griffin going 10.
Yeah, from past drafts that I've seen they were interested in AJ, and they're also interested in Daniels as well. Daniels is gone, obviously. So, wow, man, this is tenseful situation, man. But thank you, Don.
Oh, here we go.
Got sharp. Yes. Here we go, guys. Prezi Woji says Pelicans will pick Dyson Daniels. Thank you. Man, these guys are on the ball. Thank you, Prezi. I'm sorry I'm so slow with Daniels. Okay, Griffin. Mike is saying Griffin. I'm the same way. I mean, I like him if we have no other choice at 11. But I think Jaden Ivey is still in play, guys. Let's go for Jaden Ivey.
Breaking news from Ian Bagley. The Knicks' pursuit of Jaden Ivey after he was taken by Detroit had depended on which players are there at number 11. So that's from Ian Begley, guys. You know who that is.
Sure.
So
Ian Begley is saying that right now, Jalen Duren is the key to the Knicks getting Ivy.
Johnny Davis got selected at 10.
All right, guys, we're in business. Billy the Goat says, same old Knicks. Come on, Billy. We understand the old Knick regime and the old ways of happening. But if the Knicks, which I perceive happening tonight, get Jaden Ivey, the whole fortunes of Knick Nation is going to change. The Knicks will be back on the map. Thank you, Billy. And hopefully they're not the same old Knicks by the end of the night, man. But Jaden Ivey coming to New York, Billy. Thank you, Bill. Mike, I feel sorry for you.
Wow,
hey,
Mike.
Hey, Mike, I have something to feel sorry for myself, man. If we don't get Jaden Ivey, I'm going to feel real sorry for myself. But I like your sympathy toward me, man. I love it, man. Much love back to you, Mike. So Mike is saying no. Billy is still saying same old Knicks. Hey, Bill, come on. It's changing the waves slowly but surely. Leon Rose is the key. Mike is saying I would do that, but not moving OB and maybe not IQ. All right. You're right. I think you have to keep OB and IQ to keep this foundation going. Let's see what happens. We pick Duren. If Duren is picked on this pick here, guys, if Duren is picked, that means the Knicks are picking for Detroit, and we're gonna know what other players are involved in this trade, hopefully within the next 30 minutes or so. So let's see what happens, Knicks Nation. Not moving Obi. I agree with you, Mike. I'm an Obi guy. Mike, take Reddish. Yes, Reddish will be. I guarantee you, Reddish will be in that deal with Mitchell Robinson or somebody else as well. If they trade Obi, Don is saying if they trade Obi and Cam for Ivy, I'm done. Yeah, we can't trade Obi. Yeah. I mean, that'll hurt. You have Jaden Ivey, unproven commodity in the NBA. You got Obi, who's already proven himself. Yeah, I think I would
be upset because that just means that Julius is here to stay. Not because, listen, guys, let's be real. Like I said, let's be realistic. In order to get talent, you have to you got to give talent. I understand everybody's gonna say that you have to add talent to talent and you got to build from it within. But if you're trying to get something,
wait, update from Ty. Hold on, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut. According to a source, Duren is available at 11. The deal is done with Detroit. Please, God, hope this is real. Someone just reported that. Hey, Ty, if you can get the report or who reported that, Ty, we'll greatly be indebted to you.
Oh, we gotta move up on this chat. I just realized that was 8:53. It is 9:02.
Oh wow, okay, we're gonna move faster. Okay, so we're saying Mike rather give up the picks than Obi. All right, Mike. Prezi, no to Obi. Detroit has 20 forwards. Okay, so that's better for us. Burks, hell no.
That's what I mentioned about the
Williams,
point guard.
Ty is saying it's going to be Obi, Duren, Obi, can't. Wow. It's going to be, Ty saying it's going to be Obi, Duren, and Obi, and Cam to watch.
Ooh.
All right. That's going to be interesting. Mike says Chet is, Chet is not the player I would have picked, and that's why he went down to third. Parker is better than Chet. Yeah, Jabari is definitely better to Chet. I think his upside is better. I think Chet has a lot of weight to gain. His ball handling skills and shooting skills is phenomenal. But if you plan to play 82 games in this NBA season, you need to gain some weight. Mike is saying no. Prezi is saying I'll overpay draft wise. Need to keep RJ and Obi as untouchables. Prezi, I agree with you, Prezi. Thank you.
Me too.
Damn it, man. I want Sohan. Yeah, I know, Prezi. I know I'm a Sohan guy too. Mathurin and Sohan were guys I liked as well, but man, Ivy's still in play, man. Prezi, I'll take Ivy over Sohan anytime. Don, that's a typical Spurs pick. That's a Greg Popovich pick.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's all defensive play. This guy, Sohan, is going to be a hell of a player for that, I tell you. Prezi, that's a Spur pick. Yep. Same thing that Don said. You guys, minds alike. Mike, Spurs effed up. Duren is better. I think so, man. I think Duren would have been the pick that the consensus of many mock drafts they were going to pick Duren. But thank you, Mike. Prezi agreed with Mike. Prezi, the boss. Although I love Sohan's defense versatility, I want him to back up Obi. Yeah, man. But right now, we need to get Jaden Ivey here. We'll be concerned later on if we're going to keep Obi, keep Randall. One of those two has to go because I don't think they can coexist together, man. I'd rather keep Obi, and Randall has to be shipped out somehow, some way, man. Oil and water never mix, and Obi and Randall cannot play on the floor at the same time. Thibodeau will not do that. They won't play Obi at the 5. Would he play Randall at the 5? The way he was playing defense toward the end of the year, I don't think Randall's a 5 material. Duren is getting drafted next. Juby, are you looking at the draft to the next?
Yeah. Johnny Davis was the last time. I'm still waiting for us to pick. That's it.
Okay. The Knicks should draft Duren. Mike, Knicks Nation, if the Knicks draft Duren, this trade with Detroit will happen. The Knicks will receive Jaden Ivey. We don't know the other extension of players that will be sent and picks that will be given to Detroit besides Duren. This is all going to finalize itself in the next 30 minutes. Hopefully that's the case. From what I'm reading into it from reports that Juby and Ty has been giving out, it seems like the Knicks are going to swap picks, number 5 and number 11, and the Knicks are probably going to give up a Mitchell Robinson, other players and draft picks. Who knows? That's my guess at this juncture. Prezi saying AJ Griffin makes sense because the buzz was there, interested in Mathurin and Daniels. Yeah, hey, listen, Griffin is – I like Griffin, man. But right now, I love Ivy. I love me some Ivy. So Griffin, hard to pass. I agree if it fell to 11 to us. But Duren is going to be picked.
Mike is saying Griffin hard pass. Like he doesn't want him.
A hard pass? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't – listen, right now at 11, the Knicks are not thinking about Griffin. The Knicks are going to take Duren. If the Knicks pick Duren, this trade is going to happen. If the Knicks pay Griffin, then the trade is not going to happen. Because Griffin is not going nowhere but the Knicks. So that's the telling sign. Duren, deal happening. Griffin, Knicks just picked AJ Griffin for their team. That's basically how it's going to go, guys. Unless something's going to be worked behind the scenes. But hopefully Ty and Jubio and Prezio inform us of more details coming out from the inside. So Mike is saying if they trade Obi, yeah, I feel the same way, Mike. You don't trade talent, you add to it. Don, hooray. I agree with you, Don. We need to keep the foundation and bring more players in here, and Jaden Ivey would be a great asset to Obi Topping and quickly. But the Knicks, we're going to have to give some draft capital up, I'll tell you that much. Duren should be picked anyway. Yeah, Mike. If we pick Duren for ourselves and we trade him Mitchell Robinson, that's not a bad thing at all. But I think Duren is a player that Detroit wants. So I can see that happening. I'm just curious. What happened?
Somebody said, Knicks Nation, contact your cardiologist, and the Knicks are up in their pick.
He's the best player on the board, Mike says. Yes.
What the hell?
Who do you expect, Juby?
The Knicks select Ousmane Dang with the 11th pick.
Are you serious? The guy from the Greek league? From what league he's in? What? No way. What's going on here? What? That can't be a Knick pick. That's
the New York Knicks select Ousmane Dang at the number.
I understand that. Could it be that's Detroit's pick? That's my question.
No wonder they said contact your cardiologist.
If they trade down for some reason, I can see doing business with. Yeah, Prezi. Right now, I'm still falling back on picking Dang. Guys, give me some information, man. Juby.
I'm just reading stats from this guy. 27% from 3-point range. Why, Leon? Like, give me. You got it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you
guys.
about the pick. That's like a super home run. That's a super like bust or boom type of player. I don't think that pick is going to the Knicks. That's going to someone else. I don't know if Detroit or someone else. There's a deal happening here behind the scenes that we're not aware of. This dang kid is not coming to the Knicks. I'll be shocked if that's the player the Knicks picked. I'll be shocked. Knicks Nation, let me know what's going on here. Mike, shouldn't we know what's up by now? Yeah, I think Juby. Any reports from?
No,
nothing
yet.
Wizards got Davis. Yeah, that's a good pick for them, man. Prezi. There were no reports that. What? Talk to me, Juby.
Hold on. I'm seeing what Prezi wrote in the chat. You're still a little further up. I don't want you to get ahead. I want you to skip nobody. So let me just see.
There are multiple reports that Randall does like being the number 2 to RJ. Okay, thanks, Prezi. We're going to try to move along as much as possible. Henry. Guys, Spike Lee just congratulated Jaden Ivey. What does that mean?
Oh, the Knicks are trading the number 11th pick to OKC, who are selecting Ousmane Dieng from Adrian Wanowski. So that means we're taking the 12th pick.
No. That means that we're going to trade that Oklahoma pick.
Yeah, but that means OKC picks 12, so they're picking for us.
So Duran, right? Maybe Duran? Yeah. And we got an extra pick out of that?
I don't know.
Chinese checkers. Here we go. Chinese checkers again.
Oh, my God. Yo, contact your Doc. I need to make an appointment with you ASAP. My chest is like this right now.
Randall has to go. Yeah, Mike, we agree. Randall, I'd rather keep Duran. But let's see what happens now. Do we pick Duran in this pick? I'm confused. Hopefully we'll get some clarification coming up soon. If the trade doesn't happen, I still take Duran. Yes, I agree with you, Mike. A lot of silence on the platform. Woods, Cham, CBS. That's not good when silence. It could be good for the Knicks, but yo, I'm gonna tell you, Leon Rose is keeping this hush-hush in a way that we don't know what he's doing. He's blindsiding us. This is like a Leon Rose draft, like last year, moving up, moving back, taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Leon Rose is on the move. Something's going to happen. I just want to hear that we're acquiring Jaden Ivey. That's the only thing I want to hear.
They officially announced the next pick.
Ty, I agree with
you. There no. Spike Lee looks like he's confused.
I'm confused.
They're trading him to OKC. They just haven't announced for what or anything yet.
Could that So who was picked oh jeez. Who was picked 12, Juby?
It doesn't say, man.
Ty is like, what the
Ty, fine reports, Ty. Come on. Let's get to it.
Yeah, I'm laughing too, Mike. I'm laughing.
OKC.
Ousmane Dieng. Jeez. No way this can't end like this. No, Ty, I agree. Something is happening.
See, they just said it when they picked him. This pick is going to OKC. Nobody knows for what yet.
Something's happening, guys.
It's probably for future picks.
Future picks?
Yeah.
That's not good. Future picks. How about some talent in this year's draft, Juby? Prez, they just killed us all. Yeah, Prez, I agree, man. They pull out the noose and this is not good. They passed on Durant and not trading for Ivy. Guys, I'm out of here. Hey, Mike, I agree with you. I'm ready to Woj bomb. Yes, I agree, Prezi. The Knicks are trading number 11 pick to OKC, who will select Ousmane Dieng.
The Knicks just acquired a lot of draft picks and just vacated the first round, essentially. Wonder if something is really, really brewing.
I think those picks are for Detroit, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's going to be Mitchell Robinson and a whole bunch of picks going to Detroit, possibly.
I don't know, guys.
Guys, what are the Knicks doing? Leon Rose is confusing me. The Thunder will send multiple first-round picks to New York per sources. Thank you, Prezi. I'm sorry I'm delayed on this. Prezi's been up on it before.
You want me to read a little bit then, Red? You need a breather?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can read a couple of guys if you want. Prezi the boss. The Thunder will send multiple first-round picks to New York per source. There you go, Prezi. We're delayed a little bit, so you said it. Appreciate it. Yeah. Appreciate it, Prezi. Ty, I'm done with the Knicks. Ty, the Knicks always have us at the edge of the seats. Prezi, Jesus Leon is lethal. Probably getting multiple picks. Let me bring that. You got to bring that up. Jesus Leon is lethal. Probably getting multiple picks for the Detroit deal. Prezi, you're absolutely right. Zenway just said it right now too. Yeah. That's probably what they're doing. Or we'll see. I guess we'll find out before this night is over. And hopefully before we go offline, we'll hear something.
Yeah, the question, President Juby and everybody watching, I want to thank everybody for getting involved and making your piece. Mike, hang in there, please. Hang in for a little while more. I think Prezi, Juby, and Ty, they're on something here in terms of the Knicks using these assets to move up to get Jaden Ivey. If this happens, depending on what players are going besides that, I think this is going to be more of a lot of draft picks, and I think the Knicks are probably not giving any up of any of their assets, like Don was saying, not giving any of the assets up. So if that's the case, and we just give up assets, picks, and we give them the Dallas 2023 pick, I think this is a good deal. I think the Knicks doesn't turn around giving anybody on the team. We still have capital in Burks, Noel, and Randall, and Fournier that we still can trade probably in free agency or so many trades coming up, or maybe still in this draft. This draft is still young, per se. A lot of things are happening, Knicks Nation. I am just stunned. My cardiologist is just a phone call away. But
thank you, Prezi.
Yeah, appreciate it, Prez. Ty, for the future picks, what the F? Yeah, Ty, we don't know what it is yet. The question is, are we getting Ivy? That's the bottom line. I think Leon Rose had his heart set on Ivy, and this is happening because I think Detroit is asking for a lot of assets in return, and the Knicks are trying to play Chinese checkers here, man.
The Knicks are not getting the 12th pick in the OKC deal, so that 12th pick is not ours.
Prezi, he's using my line. Everybody breathe, and Leon Rose, we trust. That's my line, Prezi. I don't know if you're mocking me or that's your line as well. I respect it because in Leon Rose, I really trust. Thank you, Prezi. No, non-Nick news. OKC's looking at Jalen Williams. So they wanted Dang. It seems like I thought they would want Duran, but it seems like so OKC's looking at Jalen Williams, the point guard from Santa Clara.
So Duran hasn't been picked, or AJ Griffin hasn't been picked. They dropped. Wow, that's crazy.
President, that's good. That's good. This is not Nick news, but OKC is making moves, man. See, this is the question. All these young teams are making things happen. The Knicks are making things happen in the background, but you look at that OKC team, very impressive. That Detroit team, very youthful and impressive how they're building that team. I just hope that Leon Rose is taking notes and that we're following the same path as OKC and as Detroit. Thank you, Prezi. Very impressive news there. Ty, so we have no first rounds this year? Yeah, it looks that way. I think our first rounds were traded for more assets that we can give to Detroit for the Jaden Ivey. But the question is, who else they getting besides the draft pick? Is Mitchell? I think Mitchell Robinson is in that deal right now, and Cam Reddish. I would say the assets, Mitchell Robinson and Cam Reddish is in that deal, and possibly that Dallas 2023 pick, if I would take a guess. Give me your input, Knicks Nation. I told you guys, Detroit is happy as hell. They got Ivy. You don't trade a talent like Ivy. Yeah, but there's speculations that something is brewing. I don't know if it's with Detroit or someone else. Ty, I still have my hopes high that we're still on that Jaden Ivey train, man. On my end, at least. So maybe I'm dreaming and wishful thinking. But Ty, fingers crossed, man. Powers to the universe here, and let's make it happen. Don, Leon's going for the long haul. Knicks has never attempted the strategy, at least in my lifetime. Yeah, I agree, Don.
Oh, OKC picked Jaden Williams.
They did pick it up. Wow.
Yeah.
Prezi called it. Damn. Grab Duran. Oh, they did. So what pick we're in right now? I'm so delayed.
I am on OKC's pick.
Charlotte picked Grab Duran.
Yeah. Charlotte grabbed Duran?
That's what he said. Charlotte.
No, it says Charlotte grabbed
Duran. Okay.
Yeah.
I read that wrong. Okay. They definitely going for center and best available, I think, Duran and Agbaji. That's a possibility. Prezi's on the ball, man. Damn. So they're definitely going for center at best. Okay, Ty. Leon is going hauling his way to the unemployment line. Hey, Ty. Ty, Prezi, Don, myself, we believe in Leon Rose. We trust, man. We trust. Come on, join the bandwagon here, man. And Leon Rose, we have to trust. The day is not finished. The night is not finished. We don't know what's happening. But if we
didn't you make a video on Jalen Williams? And you were saying, I remember you making, guys, check out that video on Zenray Sports TV's website. He made a video on Jalen Williams a few weeks ago. You spoke to me about this guy. Remember, I told you guys, Zenray's the draft guy. And he was telling me that if the Knicks ended up trading their pick and ended up in the teens, this would be the guy that they would probably want to consider.
He's impressive. He's an impressive point guard. Let's see what we have over here. Let me see what we have. Branham hasn't been selected yet.
Wow. Oh, right. You're right.
Dalen Terry, has he been? I don't think he's been selected as well.
No. Oh, no.
There you go. We'll put a little Jalen Williams here. Little Jalen Williams, Santa Clara. I like this kid, man. He's just aggressive. He has a dog mentality as well. That was a good pick, man. I mean, Mike says we should have drafted Duran. Yeah, but something is happening, Mike. I don't understand why. I would have done it. I don't know why they didn't do it. I don't know. I can't figure out Leon Rose and what his plan is for this Knicks team. I think my wishful thinking, at least.
Charlotte is selecting Jalen Duran.
Are they? Wow, he lasted this long, man. In the 2023 draft, a strong draft, you know how many teams are going to call us out for desperation?
Oh, all right, guys. I got why the Knicks did what they did, possibly.
Okay.
Knicks trading out of the first round for multiple future picks allows them to reduce their cap obligations for this year and also gives them ammo to dump salary if needed for a big move this free agency.
So Jaden Ivey, the dream is gone on that. Okay. I can't dream no more, man. So congratulations to Detroit Pistons on acquiring, I think, which is the best player in this NBA draft. So now we're saving money to get a big-time free agent now. So we have to wait till next week for this. Ty, I think we're going to puke together pretty soon. And I'm going to dial 911. My blood pressure is not doing too well. If that's the case, Juby, it's a disappointing draft.
It is, because you know what that means for me, Zenray? That means that they're going all in, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to say it right now. They're going all in on Jalen Brunson. That's what it's about. It's Jalen Brunson or a bust. And now what happens if Mark Cuban, one of the richest guys, sits there and throws the bag at Brunson? Then what does that leave the Knicks? They just lost D'Angelo Russell, possibly, the guy I wanted. Then you have to go after a Brogdon. You're going to get left over, or even worse, then you're going to try to go after Kyrie Irving. Come on, man.
Look,
Leon,
Worldwide West. I don't understand what's happening. I'm just hoping this is a joke, like Mike is saying, because the Knicks are acting like a joke if that's the case.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm almost done myself because I don't understand. I still have faith in Leon Rose. I'm just confused and baffled by what's happening here. It's been so far a big disappointment, Knicks Nation.
Wow.
And Mike is right. Free agency sucks this year.
It does.
It's not the players. What you're gonna go for Jalen Brunson? I mean, is that the top star you're looking for?
What's going on? I just got something. The New York Knicks acquired Jalen Duren from Charlotte. What is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Is Leon like you said?
They picked up Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
Think about this, Knicks Nation. Detroit wants. Are we back on Ivy again? Why would they pick Duren? That pick is not for them. So they picked up. Check out what they did. They picked up more assets in picking up more capital. They've got their guy for Detroit, who Detroit wants. Guys, Ivy is still in play.
Ivy's still in play?
Ivy is still in play.
Clear cap, from what I'm understanding, too.
Ivy is still in play. And if they're clearing cap, expect an Ivy Brunson combo. Point guard, off guard.
With RJ
and OB. That's a possibility, guys. But if Ivy is still in play, Duren is not for the Knicks. Duren is going to Detroit with all the assets they picked up. And Jaden Ivey is coming to New York. That is my guess. Why would the Don maneuver back and forth? Because he's picking up assets along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, Knicks Nation, he is playing chess. Maybe a little Chinese checkers along the way, but he's playing chess. He's getting enough assets, lowering his cap, getting the player he wants.
The Pistons are acquiring Jaden Duren at the number 13, and something just happened. They said the Knicks got Duren, but now that Detroit just got Duren.
So that means,
hold on.
What's happening, guys?
Something's
happening. Whoa.
Listen, either executive management of the year.
Wow.
Oh my God. This guy pulls this.
Still with us, Mike. Prezi, the boss, you're the bomb. Listen, Pistons are acquiring Jaden Duren at 13. This is great, Prezi. Prezi, you guys are the best. I'm sorry I'm so slow on this maneuvering information here. But guys, Jaden Ivey is in play. Jaden Ivey is in play. Thank you, Prezi. Oh my gosh, you guys are great. It's either Duren or Ivy, so I'm good now. Okay, Mike, stay with us. So Duren just got traded. What's happened, Juby? Come on.
I don't know. I'm getting like ding, ding, ding. Knicks are acquiring Jaden Duren from the Hornets. Ivy could still be in play. Then I'm hearing.
I think Ivy's in play. Look, Mike, either Duren is out of play. Duren is already in Detroit. The question is, what are we getting back? They're probably maneuvering some kind of movement right now that we get Ivy in return. Probably Cam Reddish is going in the deal. Some other players going in the deal as well. Prezi, Brock is a genius. Laughing. I think Brock Allard, this guy is tremendous. Don, I need to know the trade. Yes, Don, we're trying to find out.
I'm working on it, Don. I'm working on it right now. I'm trying to find it.
Between Ty and
going to Detroit.
Between Ty, Prezi, and Juby, these guys do fantastic. They're trying to find what's going on. This is executive of the year move if you get Jaden Ivey without giving any major players from your team. And just giving up assets in terms of draft picks and future draft picks and maybe giving a Cam Reddish.
Knicks Nation is going crazy right now, guys. Knicks Nation is losing their mind. They're saying
Ivy is definitely coming now. Yes. Nothing else makes sense. Yeah, Mike, I agree with you. All this maneuvering, he's playing a combination of chess and Chinese checkers. He's moving all over the board. Oh, let me know.
Knicks are trading Kemba Walker to Detroit.
What?
What the hell is going on here, guys?
Listen, he makes no money, so that's irrelevant. So that's so far. So you're getting Duren and Kemba. Okay, that's a non-factor. Kemba was going to be dropped anyway. That's a.
Are they offloading money? The Knicks are starting to offload some money.
Wow, what are these guys? Listen, Knicks Nation, if you don't think Leon Rose is worth his price of gold, all this maneuvering here, and Leon Rose, I trust. So he's making moves that has us confused at this juncture in time, but Ivy is coming somehow, some way. Ivy is involved, and Ivy will be in a Knicks uniform.
We hope, man. I hope so.
Prezi, we are going to need a. Yeah, I think we're gonna...
Prezi, too bad you don't live right by me, man. I would say I'm buying. Let's go. After a night like right now, oh my God.
Prezi, Mike, Don, Ty, you guys have been fantastic. Henry, I appreciate you guys being on. This wouldn't be as fun having you guys on. The questioning, guys, I just need your input. Do you think Ivy is coming to New York? It's still a question mark, a flip of a coin. Why is all this being done? The only reason Leon Rose is creating this cap space and creating assets to be coming in is because Detroit are going to get all these assets. Detroit's going to be rich in assets and having probably a Cam Reddish on the team and probably another player maybe. I don't know who, but something is happening. I don't know that in terms of what players the Knicks are giving up at this juncture.
They're either talking about Ivy, guys, or they're talking about this is just a way to dump salary, to create more cap space. That's all this is. That's why Kemba Walker was involved in that deal, to free up more money.
Talking about Kemba, why our pick of Duren went to Detroit? No, Detroit hasn't given us anything in return. So there must be a deal looming there, Juby.
I hope.
Duren was selected by us. So we're handing Duren to Detroit for nothing? There's something going on here. So they're getting Duren, but they haven't stated what the Knicks are getting back in return.
The Cavaliers selected Ochai Agbaji.
Yeah, for Kansas. That's a good pick for them. Good pick. That's a great pick.
See, it says New York acquired Jaden Duren and moved him with Kemba Walker to the Pistons, but nothing is said.
That's not dumping salary, because dumping salary. Kemba wasn't making that much. I think he was only making $2 million a year, $2.5 million a year. Duren is not an asset where he's making any money anyway. So what salary are they dumping? This is a trade. This is a trade happening. Yeah, Mike, we don't know what's going on ourselves. We're baffled, confused.
Charlotte select Mark Williams at number 15.
Charlotte, that's a good pick for them. Mark Williams is going to be a beast in the NBA. Great pick for them. The question is, getting back to the Knicks. Prezi, Ty, Mike, let me know, man. What do you think, man? Do you have a feeling that the Knicks are getting Ivy?
The Knicks intend to use cap space from trading Kemba Walker to aggressively pursue Jalen Brunson this summer.
Okay, we know about that. We know the cap dumping is for Jalen Brunson. The question is, they got Duren. Are we getting anything in return from Duren, or are they still packaging something for us to create a trade to get Jaden Ivey here? So Mike is saying, if this is not an Ivy trade, I'm going to be pissed. I'm definitely going to be upset as well. Prezi is saying, I think so, because think about it. Why was Ivy talking like he would be already a Knick? There's a buzz of Brooks going to Boston for their trade exception and salary dump. There you go, Prezi. There you go. I agree. Something is happening. It's just so confusing because the Knicks are not getting anything in return. Yes, they're dumping salary. We're aware of that, but we're getting no assets in return for Duren as we speak.
If they traded Duren, I hate you, Mike.
If you trade Duren to dump Walker, I'm going to be. Yeah, that doesn't make no sense. That doesn't sound like a Leon Rose move, unless some kind of deal is happening with Ivy. Yeah, I would be upset too. That makes no sense. You want to dump a salary and you give probably the best center in the draft, the best talented center in the draft.
Unless it's a lockdown deal with Mitchell Robinson and they're gonna bring him back.
But that's not the case. The case is he's right. Mike, think about it. You're gonna dump salary and give up Duren and not get no assets in return? That makes no sense. Mitchell Robinson, regardless if he stays or goes, Duren was not planned to be for the Knicks. Duren was a Detroit pick that they wanted, a center that they wanted. So you're telling me, like Mike is saying, you're gonna dump salary and include Walker and give him Duren? That makes no sense to me. Thank you, Mike.
You know what I just realized, Henry? AJ Griffin still hasn't been picked. Isn't that something?
I think the knee concerns. I think a lot of people are buying off his knee. So maybe the medical staff's probably got a hold of his injury or test or knee x-rays or whatever, and he could be a risky proposition right now. Maybe that's a possibility. Don says we better not overpay for no Brunson. We're ready to have quickly for the cheap, who shows promise. We don't need Brunson. Yeah, listen. Right now, Brunson. I'll take an Ivy. I don't think we need a Brunson, but it seems like Tibbs is enamored by having Brunson on the team, and knowing that his father is there. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. But Don, you said it best, man. Family situations and having a team and forming a team, it shouldn't be something you should involve family with business. And I totally agree with your statement in the past when it came to that. I don't know. I'm confused, Don. Mike, Mitch has nothing to do with it. I don't know. They have to get something in return. So we gave him Duren for a salary dump, which makes no sense. So that means Mitchell Robinson's probably going nowhere. I don't understand. I'm confused. I don't know what the Knicks are doing. If at the end of the night, if the Knicks are just salary dumping and you give a player like Duren for salary dump with Walker, that hardly makes no money on his last year of his contract, calling Leon Rose the executive of the year is not something that would be said by me or anybody in Knicks Nation. Because it doesn't sound too intelligent at this point, but there's a lot of moving parts that are happening now. So we don't know what's actually happening.
People are saying that he's getting all these draft assets not only to clear up cap space for his trade chips, to offer something for like I hate to say this name, a Kyrie Irving, a Brunson. So yeah, you know.
Juby, take a moment. Let's take a deep breath here. Do you think, first of all, is Ivy in play? Yes or no?
I don't think so, man. I think Mike said it best. I think Detroit will be crazy to trade him away.
You have a backcourt of Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. Why would you trade it to the Knicks? And why would the Knicks give the question? This is the $1 million question. Why would the Knicks give Duren, the person you drafted at 13, correct?
Yep.
And give him with a salary dump with Kemba Walker, who makes no money anyway. You could have just dropped him. All right. He still had 1 more year on his contract.
You might as well would have done it with this guy. What's his name?
Burks. Could have done it with Burks.
Burks or the shooting guard that we got. Oh my God, I'm tired now, guys. What's his name?
Who are you talking about?
Who broke John Stark's record?
Oh, Fournier.
Evan Fournier. You might as well would have tried to move his salary if you're going to trade a pick like that, man.
But Fournier it doesn't fit in Detroit. He's an older player. They want young players in that team. Kemba Walker salary dump makes no sense, number one, because he's not going to be on that team. He's going to be dropped by Detroit. He doesn't make no money. Or they might keep him around as maybe
a mentor
or something like that, but he's not going to do anything for the team. I don't understand. I don't understand the maneuvering here. I understand Knicks Nation's frustration, Mike, Prezi, Don. It's frustrating to know there are a lot of moving parts, but the Knicks are not getting nothing out of these moving parts.
No, they got something. I'm going to read it to you right now. Per sources, the Pistons have acquired Jalen Duren and Kemba Walker from New York and are sending Milwaukee's 2025 first-round pick, which they acquired from Portland yesterday.
So all that maneuvering is that we're getting a 2025 pick from Milwaukee? Wait a minute. Is that right, what you're reading? Because we're getting a 2025 pick.
Everybody on social media right now is saying they don't even think the Knicks know what they're doing right now. Their manager doesn't have idea what they're doing.
It makes no sense.
Kemba Walker, they moved Kemba Walker's $9 million.
Oh, $9 million
salary.
Okay.
That's what they did. It was a good start towards creating a $20 million cap space to pursue Jalen Brunson or other top free agents.
If the Knicks come without no players in his NBA drafts, so they pick up assets to get a Jalen Brunson, I'm with Don. Is Jalen Brunson, is he going to move the needle for the Knicks? We do need a point guard, but we had something special with Quickly last year. I don't understand why you're going to overpay for a person who, yeah, he's a good point guard, but you give him $25 million. That's what he's seeking.
It's the Leon connection, Zenray. I hate
Connor,
to say it.
Hey, Connor, how you doing, man? I made it home just in time to catch the chat, my dudes. Hey, Ryan, I appreciate you being on. Listen, I'm glad that you were in part of all this. A lot of stuff has been going on, Ryan. We're confused, Knicks Nation, at right now. We just baffled at what Leon Rose is doing. Right now, we officially made no picks in this draft. We gave up the 13th pick that we picked Duren, the center from Memphis. We gave it to Detroit for a salary dump with Kemba Walker's $9 million, which...
And a 2025 pick for a
2025 pick from Milwaukee. I don't understand it at all. So it seems like the Knicks are not interested in making any picks. The only pick they have left is the 42nd pick in the second round. I don't know if we're going to move that up to move up further. I don't know who they're targeting now. Could a Branham be a pick that we're going to try to look for later in the round? Look, I'm with Mike, man. My stomach is getting upset here.
I just got to hear Ty Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll excuse myself for 2 minutes. If it's Ty Washington, you'll see me I'll be right back. Because
thank you, Ryan. Mike is saying they effed up with Ivy and now Duren. Yeah, they're effing up all over the place. I agree with you, Mike. I don't understand. They're playing a weird game of Chinese checkers. President the boss, Fournier would be better for a future playoff team that has cap a la Portland. Yeah, I agree. That'd be a great fit, man. Prezi is right on the nose in that. He would fit perfectly in Portland. Add another shooter on that team, they'll be very dangerous. Mike, for what? We don't know yet, Mike. We don't know. We made some inexcusable moves. Maybe salary dumping is a good thing. We get a player in a Brunson that seems like Thibodeau's so high on, and it seems like Leon Rose is high on that as well. The influence of Dad being on the staff, I don't know if that has a lot to do with it. And maybe, Dad and son is communicating, and he probably knows his son is going to come here for the bag. So I think he's looking for $25 million. The question is, Knicks Nation, what's that?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Knicks Nation, you're going to give Jalen Brunson $25 million? I don't know. Is he worth it? I don't know. Is he going to make the Knicks team better? Possibly. We don't know. Prezi, if it does, you can want to trade a non-consecutive first rounder. It does if you want to trade a non-consecutive first rounder. Yeah, if you look at that way, yeah. Listen, I'm frustrated right now, Prezi. I don't know. At this juncture, we made no picks, and if they're building something for the future, that's great. But Knicks Nation wants results. We missed out on Jaden Ivey. We missed out on Ben Mathurin. We missed out on Sohan. AJ Griffin is still there. Is it possible?
No, I was just gonna tell you. Looks like that Cam Reddish trade to New York. Cam Reddish got flipped for AJ Griffin because he's going to Atlanta. Atlanta just took him at 16. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. They traded us last year, Cam Reddish away. Now AJ Griffin kind of fills that void.
Okay, here we go. All right, so no AJ Griffin. Now it's
just getting worse and worse.
Look, I mean, the Knicks, Johnny Davis is gone. AJ Griffin is gone. Ben Mathurin is gone. Sohan is gone. And our prize possession that Knicks Nation dearly wanted, Jaden Ivey, is gone, hooking up with Cade Cunningham in Detroit. Disappointing evening, ladies and gentlemen, I must say. Ivey is connected with CEA. That's the hope there, Prezi. They's connected with CEA. Could there still be something?
More cap dump to happen. They just announced more cap dump to happen tonight. Stay tuned.
By the Knicks?
Yeah.
Prezi, give me some optimism on your end. Do you think the Knicks are still connected somehow, some way in getting Jaden Ivey? Or is that a pipe dream on my end? Or is Ivey well-suited in Detroit with Cade Cunningham? I'm pretty sure they are. With Detroit would not give Ivey and Cade Cunningham. That's a great combination in the backcourt. Is it still a pipe dream, the Knicks possibly making a trade with Detroit and getting Ivey? I don't think so. I think the dream has died, but give me your opinion, Prezi, please. Brunson is not worth all that. I agree, Mike. I agree. Watch the 42nd to get traded to.
Yeah, probably for salary dump. That's why they just said, Prezi, that more salary dump to come tonight. So they're probably going to try to move that 42nd to and create more salary dump. I have a faint, strange feeling, guys, and I hate to say this. I don't think it's just Brunson. I think they want to be in play for Kyrie because I'm hearing that Kyrie in Brooklyn is not working out too well. And they're far because he wants a multi-year deal, and Brooklyn does not want to give him a multi-year deal. So I'm hearing that they're really considering Kyrie Irving. If Brunson and Kyrie are their top two point guards this offseason.
Knicks Nation, think about the clown show you're gonna have in New York. You're gonna have Kyrie Irving and Julius. Congratulations, Knicks Nation. You acquired Kyrie Irving in the backcourt with Julius Randle. Wow. Tom Thibodeau better coach well. Tom Thibodeau better coach well next year, because if he has the year he had last year, he is gone. He is gone. He better. I mean, I know he's a Randle lover. He loves Randle. You better get him back on the ship and playing the way he played that year that he played All-Star caliber. Because you bring a Kyrie Irving who's injured most of the time and is a distraction. Wow. I listen. I hope that's not true that Irving is coming here, because this will be a clown show in New York.
Give me 1 second, Zenray. I gotta grab something. I'm sorry. 1 second, guys.
Rose and Tibbs need to go. Mike, the more you say, I'm still leaning on Leon Rose by a thread, man, by a thread. Next step is to get rid of Randle. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, Don. Nobody wants him. And now we're hearing that Kyrie Irving is in play possibly because the Nets are doing their due diligence and kind of reconstructing a contract. He wants to get paid more money because he's going to put a lot of things in the contract about how many games you play. So you're going to earn your contract type of thing. You know how many games Irving has missed? So this is smart of the Nets to create a contract like that with a lot of incentives in that contract. I don't blame them. So if the Knicks take out Kyrie Irving, gives him the bag, you don't think, look, zebras on the stripe never change, man. Zebras on the stripe never change. They have stripes for a reason. And the same stripes Kyrie Irving is going to bring to New York with Julius Randle. Look, man, this is going to be a clown show if that happens. I want no part of Irving. Talented player, but think about it. He's leaving a net team. He wanted Harden here, there in New Jersey. Didn't play because he didn't want to get the shot. I don't know how the Nets had him there for so long, but now his contract here, he wants to get paid money, and the Nets want to give him incentive contract for him to earn his keep. I don't blame them. I don't think the Knicks should get involved in that, to be honest. Prezi the boss, tremendous couple of Detroit GM Troy Weaver landed two of the top targets this draft, Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, with the cost of only future property. Listen, Detroit are the winners of this draft, Prezi. I agree with you. They did a hell of a job. Next step is to move Randle. I don't know what the next step is, Don. Rose and Tibbs need to go. I'm leaning toward Tibbs, but we have to give him another year, another chance. Rose, look, man, we have to wait until this draft is over to evaluate what he actually did. Right now, I'm so confused that we haven't picked up an asset. And if you think the Knicks are going to go into free agency and pick up stars like a Jalen Brunson and Irving, and it's gonna move the needle in this Knicks team, yes, we need a point guard. But Quickly was doing well with that last year. And we still have Deuce McBride. Why are you going to pay $25 million for a point guard? And why would you bring a headache like Irving that's going to probably cost you twice as much as Brunson to get in here? So you're moving and getting salary cap, but then you're not getting young talent as Leon Rose has been doing the last couple of years, and now you're going to shoot for free agency and get players in the free agent to build this team. I am so confused. I thought Leon Rose is about the youth. It seems like something's happening I'm not aware of. So I'm still giving Leon Rose the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what's happening next. But if you think the Knicks are going to pick up free agents and become a better team, I don't know. I just hope that Tibbs is on his game coaching this team, because if he's not, he needs to go. Mm-hmm. Tremendous. Okay, we just read that about the cost of, Detroit definitely is the number one, the best. They won the draft by hands down, Juby, Detroit.
Yeah.
Ryan Connor, good point. Agreed. Yes, thank you, Connor. I don't know. Knicks Nation, we're here 2 hours and 5 minutes, and we still don't know what the Knicks have done. The only thing we know is that they traded Duren and Kemba's $9 million contract, and in return, we got a 2025 Milwaukee pick. They didn't move the needle for me. We didn't get anybody. I mean, Mathurin it's not here. Jaden Ivey is not here. Sohan is not here. AJ Griffin is not here. Johnny Davis is not here. Duren is not here.
They also waived Taj Gibson. The Knicks are, as part of the trading Kemba Walker, if the Knicks renounce Ryan Ardiscano, cap hold, and Taj Gibson's guarantee, they can open up $20 million in cap space. And somebody just said they better leak everything out right now before fans start going to Madison Square Garden with pitchforks.
This salary dumping, look, it's a good thing. But what talents in return are you bringing here? Is Jalen Brunson, Kyrie Irving? Is that the plan? At least you had Duren here, a guy who could have been a future center, and you could have used Mitchell Robinson as a chip for a trade to Detroit or someone who needs a center. I don't know what the plan is. Noel is still on the team. Burks is getting some kind of surgery right now. He's still on the team. I don't know if he'll be movable because he's having some leg ankle surgery. I think he's having. So Prezi the boss says the only place that Randall can go is to Indy as an upgrade at power forward. But the question is, for what? Are we really trying to get rid of Brogdon? Trying to get Brogdon? Please, no. The only thing that makes sense is going after Turner for an expiring. I like Turner. If you told me we get Turner and Brunson here, it would brighten my spirits. But the question is, can Turner stay healthy? Brogdon, I want no product. If you get Brunson here and Turner, possibly. I don't want Irving in here. I don't know, man. You still have Quickly, who's, I don't know, Juby. Prezi, if we get Turner, I'll be happy. Doesn't solve a lot of issues that we need. We still need a point guard. It seems like Brunson is in play. And from what Juby's been reading, Kyrie Irving is in play as well.
Yeah, my friends are texting me right now and making fun of me. And they're big Kyrie Irving friends, and they're saying they're all hands on deck for Kyrie Irving. I don't agree with that.
I don't want that.
But that Taj Gibson hasn't been official yet, guys. This is just a way they're saying that they can do to clear more cap space. But as of right now, because I see Prezi was asking about Taj. Taj is still on the team as of right now, but who knows what happens.
Yeah, Taj Gibson is a guy who makes that. Does he make that much money that you have to drop him?
No, I think he makes peanuts, man.
So what's the deal with that?
It's not guaranteed money.
Something is happening. They want to get someone here who And I think Kyrie Irving is the guy, or probably Brunson, because if you're dumping all this salary, who do you want to get in free agency that wants this type of money?
Both of those two guys. That's it. Literally.
Prezi, the boss, says Turner as a potential tradable asset. Okay. Miles Turner, if he stays healthy, man, he can do well in New York, man. He can spread the floor. But the question is, what are you gonna do with Mitchell Robinson? You're not gonna sign Mitchell Robinson and Turner. Brogdon, I hear Brogdon. It's like Indiana wants to get rid of Brogdon and Turner so bad, but they make so much money. Is that what the Knicks are planning to do? They're trying to free up this money to get Turner and Brogdon in New York. Do you think Knicks fans are going to be satisfied with getting a Turner and Brogdon here? I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. I have to really think about what's really happening here. So far, the Knicks haven't done anything, and Don, Ty, Mike, I thank you guys for being on. Henry, Prezi, you guys been great. I'll put it this way. I have to agree with all
right, let's see.
With a lot of Knicks Nation. Right now on Twitter, people are going crazy. They're hanging the Knicks, man. Right now, Twitter is going.
Wow. So, according, you guys there? Did I freeze?
Yes.
All right. So, according to Ian Bagley, Kemba Walker was sent to Detroit because in order for his salary to be shed for 2022-23, it needed to be attached to a first-round pick. Hence why they traded that pick.
So this is salary dump. This is what's going on here. The Knicks are not acquiring any young talent in this draft. The 42nd pick is probably the only pick they're going to make, and they'll probably try to move up and try to get a player they want. But in terms of first-round assets, they just gave away the 11th pick for a 2025. Oh, well, once it became a 13th pick, we had Duren in our hands. We traded that for 2000. Kemba Walker in a 2000. Traded Kemba Walker and that pick of Duren for 2025 Milwaukee pick. And Taj makes $5 million. I didn't know he made that much, but okay.
Is that right? How would you feel if the Knicks somehow ended up with another draft pick and got Malachi Ibrahim, who's still there?
I'll go for that. I think maybe the Knicks are targeting him. Hey, if the Knicks get him at least. Oh, listen, I'm very high on this kid. He's 18 years old. He is a player. He's still going to be
still there. And Jovic, the guy you mentioned to me about a few weeks ago, he's still out there too.
Branham would be a possibility, but still, the Knicks need more than that. That kid, 18-year-old, would need to go in the G League next year. He's still young and raw. He's not going to make the Knicks roster, and Thibodeau is not going to play this young guy. 18 is like, I don't see it. I mean, if they get him, okay, they got someone, but it's not going to move the needle for the Knicks. The players that I mentioned before could have somehow, and Mathurin and Ivey could have moved the needle a bit, and the future would have been bright. Right now, it seems like the Knicks are dumping salary to acquire a free agent. The question is, who are these free agents? Is it Brogdon and Turner? Are the Pacers gonna fleece the Knicks and taking their contracts, injury-prone players? I don't think the Knicks are that dumb to do that. I mean, you take one player, but if you take both players, are the Knicks going after Kyrie Irving? You're going to hook him up with Julius Randle? That doesn't make any sense as well. The only sense that probably I would accept is Jalen Brunson. But that's just because that's the only choice left. But Brogdon and Turner, injury-prone, take on their salaries where they make a lot of money. I don't know. And then Kyrie Irving is going to be asking for the bag. Are you going to trust them? Are you going to trust them to lead our point guard duties? Would he play half the season? We don't know. I mean, I wouldn't take a chance on him either. Brunson seems like the only viable choice if I had a choice of any of those. So I don't know. Knicks Nation, thank you once again for being on. And Prezi, you guys are the best. Ryan, thank you for coming on. Don, Ty, you guys are great. Henry, I don't know. We're still waiting. Anything up, Juby?
No, they're just still talking about a salary cap dump, guys. Brunson, all hands on deck for Brunson. People are saying like Mark Cuban really worried. Mark Cuban, guys, is a very wealthy guy, and if Brunson wants $25 million, you better believe it. Mark Cuban will go over the luxury tax just to make that happen. If he thinks if Luka Doncic wants him back, and they're all so, I don't know where the Knicks are going with this. You should have secured something. If maybe even a trade down. I mean, I'm looking at the draft board right now, and you could have traded down all the way to 16 if you wanted to do that to set some salary cap. But you could have drafted 16. You could have gotten AJ Griffin. Why didn't you take a chance? You could have gotten Mark Williams at 15. I just don't get where the mindset of I understand that they're excited for Brunson because their father is an assistant coach and because of ties to the Knicks organization. But you can't put all your chips in a bag and hope for the best, because if you walk away with nothing, then this offseason is a 100% bust.
Yeah, I agree. And Prezi says Brogdon has more years, $22 million for 3 more years. I don't want to touch that. Prezi, I don't want to touch. I don't think Knicks Nation wants him anyway because he's not on the floor enough to showcase his talent. Prezi says, so due to the connection, you think they're going after D'Lo? What do you think, Juby? Former Minnesota GM is on the payroll. Are you doing something we are thinking of prepping for Mitchell? Is that a possibility?
Maybe we're getting all these assets. No, but we got draft picks, right, from OKC.
Sure.
So maybe we're putting together a package to offer for Donovan Mitchell. I don't know. At this point, guys, I think I'm as lost as everybody else.
Or J-Lo. Not J-Lo. D'Lo.
No, D'Lo I think is getting moved. I forgot where I saw that thing, but I think he's already involved in a trade package if it goes through. I gotta look into it again.
Juby, take over for a sec. I'm gonna be getting something to drink. I'll be back, guys.
All right, no problem. But yeah, guys, I don't know how you guys feel. Where do you think the Knicks management is heading? Are you guys happy with the salary dump? I know Prezi and Mike and a couple of guys said that that Brunson is not worth it. We have already Emmanuel Quickley. I don't know, guys. I don't know if Emmanuel Quickley is ready to take that starting point guard position. Great player. I want to keep him, but I don't think he's ready to be a starting point guard yet. I'm not saying that he won't be just yet. And Brunson, I told Zenray all season, talented guy, but is he worth $25 million a season? I mean, do you take a chance on a player like that if you can get him? Brogdon, I stay away from 100%, guys. There's just no question. I will not touch Brogdon whatsoever. And I don't know where they go from here. Looks like Minnesota selects Jake Lavari at number 19. There's another trade that Minnesota gets the 22nd and 29th pick. And Chicago took Dalen Terry at 18. So, we have Deuce.
Chicago got Terry? Oh, wow.
Chicago took Terry. I'm not able to scroll down, Zenray, but Prezi made some comments. If you want to move up, Prezi said
something
in Dallas. Yeah.
Think about it. Chicago and all these teams are making moves. The Knicks haven't made anything yet. I mean, Chicago's getting better. All these teams are getting, and the Knicks are still, wow. Prezi, Tibbs ain't playing rookies. And no, he's not.
Ooh. San Antonio.
Prezi makes a fact. Brunson is staying in Dallas. Because, Mark Cuban is just going to offer him the bag,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the Knicks going to offer him.
Yeah.
I agree with him. And the fact that Tibbs ain't playing rookies, that's true, man. Leon knows he doesn't make a splash. It's a wrap for his job.
I think Atkins, who didn't take the job at the end, is going to be getting a call very soon if it doesn't work out.
Leon Rose will probably get terminated by the owner. I don't think so. I think Leon Rose has 2 years more after this probably to prove what he does for the Knicks. After that, I can see the Knicks Nation getting impatient and the owner getting impatient with him as well. We have Deuce IQ is practicing for the role though.
Yeah,
Listen,
but
I like it.
They're still they're great Zen Ray, but I don't think they're starting point guard material yet. I'm sorry. I'm a big IQ fan. You know, I was all about free the young guys. I don't think IQ is ready. I told you I compare IQ to a Lou Williams, a dynamic scorer who could play the point when you need it. IQ should be what Alex Burks was for the Knicks last season. When you need him to play point guard, he's going to play point guard, but that should not be his starting position. He's better off the ball. He can score in bunches. Great player. Could maybe in a year or two be a starting point guard? Absolutely. And Deuce, Tom Thibodeau is not giving Deuce no burn. He's tearing up the G League. I love Deuce, but Deuce is not getting no love right now. So how can we say that Deuce is practicing when he's not even playing right now? Right now, it's Alex Burks and Emmanuel Quickly who our point guards are.
Well, Knicks Nation, let me just tell you, when we started the program, I was so enthusiastic, man. I put a video out, putting my man Jaden Ivey up front here, thinking the Knicks had a chance. Hopefully Mathurin falls.
I'm about to break your heart even more. San Antonio selects Malachi Branham at 20. Yo, that's a good team, man.
I tell you, see, teams are – listen, Branham is going to take some time before – but this kid is going to be a star at best.
Him, Sohan, and their point guard together, pretty good.
Okay, so the teams are building. The Knicks are dumping salary because it seems, and doesn't sound like Leon Rose. Leon Rose is a patient type that builds through the draft. Why are the Knicks dumping so much salary so they can try to get a free agent here? You know something? Millie was correct. Millie was saying it in our last show about the Knicks going for the star player, and I think that's what they're doing. They're going for the star player. They're abandoning what happened, Jupe.
I'm trying to understand this. Maybe you guys. I'm reading something. It says sources from the Hornets compensation for Jalen Duren. I don't know if this. I'm assuming no. This is just in general. Denver's first round pick, Knicks second round pick, Utah second round pick, Dallas, Miami second round pick, and Knicks second round pick. I'm not grasping. Yeah, really strange right now. So I'll come back to that.
Let's see what I see here on Twitter. Any Knicks source here that I see any latest stuff? Yeah, we know about Kemba Walker traded to Pistons. We know that. Well, they're killing the Knicks. They're killing the Knicks. Yeah, they're killing the Knicks. I mean, and so deserved. I mean, the Knicks haven't done anything right now. If Leon Rose was on the streets, I think that I think he loses his wallet, his jacket, his tie. I think he ends up being homeless in New York City because right now they're not giving the Knicks a chance at all. They're not giving him no credit at all. I'm still hanging in there by a thread, but it doesn't look good, and Spike Lee looks disappointed.
Oh, you see him pray, you see him praying with Stephen A. Smith. He cannot believe it. He cannot believe it right now.
It's amazing.
But this is the man who wants Kyrie Irving in a Knicks uniform. So
look,
I don't know.
Right
guys.
now we got the 42nd pick. Listen. I'm gonna see if I can bring this up somehow. But Stephen A. Smith is going crazy right now. He is killing the Knicks right now. Let me see if I can put the volume up.
I'm here at the draft. Everybody's excited. Everybody's looking forward to the draft. Well, why the hell should I look forward to the draft? The New York Knicks have the 11th pick. Am I supposed to believe they're going to get that right? Am I supposed to believe that we're going to get some kind of impact player? Am I supposed to believe that the New York Knicks are going to be better next season than they were this season? Maybe they might be.
I'm going to try to pull this up for you guys, the video.
Listen,
it's
Steve,
crazy.
I feel your pain, Steven.
I'm trying to be in high spirits, thinking that it's going to finally work out for me. With these give me a championship since 1973. I was 6 years old. I'm sorry, 5.
I wasn't even born yet, guys.
He was 5 years old, he says. Wow. He's crying. He's actually crying. Yeah, I mean, he's playing. I said he's acting, but wow. Knicks Nation, man. Help us to understand what's going on here. The Knicks haven't done anything. I appreciate you guys still hanging on there, hanging in. But it looks like the Knicks draft picks are dead for this year. It's a no-go. I'll be shocked if Knicks
unless we get to 28. Maybe we get to 28. But who's left?
Yeah, but who's out there? Who's out there, Chuby? I mean, who are we going to get right now that's going to move or can lay a foundation? I'll take another Grimes quickly. Obi type of Ty Washington. That's right. He's still available. Well, you know something? Don't laugh. I wouldn't be surprised. They move up and they pick up Ty Washington.
Oh, my God.
He's a Kentucky product. At the same time, I'll tell you that. Juby.
He's a Kentucky product, right? I know. I don't know.
Juby, I don't know if you want to continue. I appreciate everyone being here. We are for 2 hours and 25 minutes. We want to end the draft on a positive note, but right now there's nothing positive to speak about. We'll be on tomorrow sometime, probably in the evening time, to kind of go over this a little bit and kind of digest what actually happened. We'll get more information. Knicks Nation, Prezi, you are the boss. You are tremendous. Thank you for all your knowledge and help tonight. Ryan Connor, I appreciate you coming on. Don, like always, man, you're the best I ever known. Mike, hang in there, man.
Ty,
we're gonna get this right. Ty, we're gonna get it right, man. We're gonna find out by tomorrow what's gonna go on. And I appreciate everyone else who's been on tonight. Henry, thank you all for coming on. I don't have any last parting words. I don't know what to say. The good thing we can say is Obi's still on the team. Seems like they're gonna hire Mitchell Rob. They're gonna. What's that, Joby?
I'll give you one more news, guys. Before we, you know what's right? I think I'm done. The Knicks are not getting the 30th pick. I just saying maybe they get a late first round pick. It says the Knicks are not getting the 30th pick tonight. They presumably will receive a future picks from the Thunder. So they're completely out of the first rounds tonight, guys.
So Knicks Nation, everyone watching, thank you. That was the icing on the cake or the cherry on top. I just want to thank everybody for coming on tonight and hanging with us. We're going to be heading out, and we'll come out tomorrow, and we'll kind of digest and go over what the Knicks actually did. Juby, thank you for being a sport. I appreciate for all your commentary, all your great stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, never give up. Never give up. Knowing that the best is yet to come. With love, peace, and gratitude. Juby, thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Zenria.
Never give up. Never give up. Knowing that the best is yet to come with love, peace, and gratitude.